选手有 Lu Yunyang from Hong Kong, Chen Peng Shen from Taiwan, Biro from Philippines, Shen Kong from Taiwan, Lu Kunlong from Taiwan, Lu Shenchang from Taiwan, Chen Ting Shen from Taiwan。看到最后 HU 环节，来自台湾的蔡承恩有着6个大盲，来自香港目前是筹码领先者的 Jason， 最后一把牌蔡承恩 all in J6 梅花，接了 all in， 2个人一起看到翻牌 ，Jason 马上中了一张6 set， 转牌来一张 K， 让蔡承恩多了4个10的奥斯。
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Welcome back. This is APT Taipei 2024. The event we are just about to stream is the Natural8 Influencers Invitational. We have 9 KOLs from around Asia battling for a top prize of 2,500 American dollars.
And of course, main event tickets to the APT Taipei main event guaranteed to all.
And of course, the beautiful Lion Trophy.
Exactly. I'm really looking forward to this, Stephen. We have an eclectic mix. This is not the usual event.
You talking about us, or?
Oh, of course. This is an eclectic mix of players on the table. We have esports streamers, singers, actors, models, and of course, poker players. It's going to be a great final table here.
Speaking of poker player, I noticed one of the players is Charlie from Taiwan, who is, of course, a winner of a side event already in this APT series.
Wow, that's a great start. And with that, let's just cut to Ray Chu introducing the players as the 9 of them take the seat on our feature table here at the Asia Poker Arena here at APT Taipei 2024. That's the prize to play for, 2,500 USD up top, 1,200 to second, all the way down to 5th place. So a bit of a money bubble. And here we go.
And if you were watching our stream earlier, well, welcome back. Welcome to APT Taipei 2024. And tonight, we're bringing you a very special show. It is the Natural8 Influencers Invitational. And we have some very powerful and very popular influencers from Hong Kong, Taiwan, as well as Thailand. A total of 9 of them. So, well, why wait, right? Let's get to meet them. First of all, in seat 9, a very popular streamer from Hong Kong, Color MC. And in seat A from Taiwan, a former esports pro and hugely popular streamer. He is banter. In seat 7 from Hong Kong, very popular YouTuber. In Cantonese, he goes by Dai J. Please welcome Jason.
I don't want to do it in my hand. Okay. 認真打，贏啊！
In seat 6 from Thailand, a very popular streamer. And I had to learn how to say his name. Did he give it up for Han Param Sam?
唔使，因為我都預咗應該之後都係攞佢嚟 live stream。係。
Wow, esports are all the rages these days. So in seat 5, also from Thailand, very popular streamer for esports is F Farm.
Is let's see you on like final main event Korea something.
Yeah.
And to finish with the third and the last influencer from Thailand, the model and actor, Greg.
因為你知唔知今日佢呢個其實個 prize money 係幾多？
好似係5K USD，
淨係 first place。
應該係 top 3嘅正常。
哦係咩？咁啊係 single table，不過我唔知佢。
In seat 3, the only lady on the table, very, very gorgeous and hugely talented, Layla.
我啲七情上面啊！
我有見到啊，你打Amber。
我打 GT 嘅。
In seat 2, the professional poker player from Taiwan, and he's also running a very successful YouTube channel. Like now, give it up for Charlie.
You block me now. Or maybe not.
And last but not least, in seat 1 from Hong Kong, the very popular singer Lau Ho Long, Wilfred. And now they are all seated. So they're going to be playing a sit and go, and the opening blinds is 1,000, 2,000. And for now, let's go back to the studio.
Thank you, Ray. And I'm so ever happy that Ray gets to announce some of the Hong Kong players' names in Cantonese.
Very special.
Represent. So look at this table. I don't think I need to say to tell you, but I am going to anyway. I think there's one player that stands out in terms of pokering ability. That is seat number 2, Charlie from Taiwan. And the rest of the players, of course, they will have their own strengths and weaknesses. Some of them more beautiful than others. In fact, all of them quite very, very beautiful, and also very popular on YouTube and other social media.
We're talking an eclectic mix, as I called it, and this might be one of the more fun feature table photos we have. We have streamers, singers.
They're like, hey, get away, I want the lady in the middle.
Of course. Gotta compose a shot. We have models. Actually, 2 of them in the frame. Greg, half Thai, half Belgian. Lila, I believe, full-time YouTuber with 938,000 subs. Let's hope she gets to 1 million soon. Also a DJ, excellent accomplishment.
And then, of course, there's Jason at the end of your right-hand side, a very popular YouTuber from Hong Kong, now living in Tokyo. But don't forget the legend himself, Color Wang,
Color Wan.
who actually had an amazing journey at APT Incheon not so long ago.
He is absolutely familiar with not just the APT in general, but also these invitational events. He ended up winning a main event ticket from a Natural8 Hong Kong event and parlaying that into chopping the main event. I mean, what did that do for the Hong Kong poker fans?
Oh, amazing stuff. I mean, there are lots of non-poker playing YouTube viewing people who saw that and saw a dream can actually come true. Color made a video of him going back to see his mum and breaking the news, because obviously his mother didn't know anything about him playing poker.
That's amazing.
And, you know, playing poker is still a little bit of a taboo.
I know what you mean. Similar in India.
You know, and he made a little short video about him just telling his mum that I've just won $1 million Hong Kong, mum. And she just broke down and cried. You know, my boy is not wasting his life away.
Wow.
In a negative way. He's wasting his life away. But not in a financial way. You know,
in the way that we all are.
Indeed, yes. What are the two certainties in life? Taxation and
Death and taxes and losing a flip.
Oh, that's three. That's three.
That's three.
So, seat number 1, Wilfred Lau, a popular singer. And I'm sure if you are from Hong Kong, you would have sang many of his songs in karaoke. Like, that popular.
Incredible.
Seat number 2, that's Charlie. I think I did talk about him earlier. Very, very, very accomplished poker player. In fact, him and his girlfriend both having very popular YouTube channels. So, being good at poker and a YouTuber, popular YouTuber, that's kind of a mix that I wouldn't mind having myself.
Well, Stephen, these players were
I'm
asked...
halfway there. I'm halfway there.
You're halfway there, fair enough. These players were asked who their favorite poker player was. Charlie had by far the best answer. He said himself in 10 years.
That's lovely. I like it.
He said there's always room to improve and a lot to learn, and he will always encourage himself to get better and become someone who he inspired. I suppose he meant to say someone who perhaps inspires himself in the future.
See, number 3, I think we briefly talked about her. Lila, a DJ, popular YouTuber. You know,
938,000 subscribers. That is massive.
It's quite a few. And, you know, obviously a fashion icon as well. Look at that green blazer jacket. Looking very sharp.
Her favorite poker player, by the way, Eric Tsai, Six Poker. She said his videos inspired her.
Excellent. Oh, that's Eric, a friend of ours, friend of HKPPA. Looking forward to visiting his new venue in Taipei in a few weeks' time. Scene number 4, that's Greg. Greg is a half Thai, half Belgian supermodel.
An actor.
An actor.
And currently involved in the reality show The Faceman Thailand, which I guess would be like America's Top Model of Thailand, something like that.
There you go. And I suppose he does have the face for it. And he's actually quite tall as well. I met him earlier before the stream. And, you know, seems like a nice guy. Nice guy. Seat number 5, we have Dinta. Dinta is a Taiwanese stream. No?
I believe that would be F-Farm, actually.
Oh, sorry. F-Farm. A Thai streamer. Indeed.
Streams esports.
I don't know what that means, actually.
You don't know what esports means, Stephen? We're that old. I can only imagine he is an avid gamer and also an entertaining personality.
No, I do know. I think he streams PUBG, which is like a first-person shooting game.
Yes, you're not incorrect. That's not how most people describe it, but everybody knows PUBG, so we'll leave it at that. Next up, we have, I believe Ray pronounced it Han Faram, so we'll go with that. Also a streamer. He is a member of the Ace Academy team, which is usually a sign that he's an accomplished gamer. Also says...
Is that right? I don't even know what that is.
Usually, I mean, if he's a member of a team,
Okay.
then clearly there's like a... It's almost like being a member of a stable. You have to be selected a bit. It also does say he went from being a rapper to a skillful streamer.
Yo. Can I say yo in a posher voice?
Well, I was about to say I hope we get an interview where he belts out some raps, but maybe we ought to have you do that.
Where is Greg when we need him?
Indeed, indeed. But he does have accomplishments in poker. He did win a local championship, so seems to know what he's doing. Up next, by the way, someone you're very familiar with, Stephen. Jason, seat number 7.
Jason, I have known him for a long time. He apparently started playing in 2006. Well, that means he started playing before I played against him. So I've known him for what, 12, 13 years. Our old days when we were, grinding all night, small 5-10 games in Hong Kong. He's since become a YouTuber, doing kind of general entertainment, vlogging, and he now lives in Tokyo.
Amazing. Seat number 8 is Dinter, as you were mentioning earlier. A YouTuber also with over 950,000 subscribers. An esports streamer, very passionate about poker. And his favorite player, Tom Dwan. Likes how aggressive
There you go.
Tom Dwan is. We've all been there. We've all had Tom Dwan as our favorite player at some point, Dinter. I'm right there with you. And seat number 9, last but certainly not the least, you did mention Color One already. And the ripples his victory at APT in Chun surely caused in the Hong Kong poker scene. Looking forward to see what he has to offer today. And having won himself a main event entry, as have all these influencer invitational participants, I look forward to seeing how Color One does in the main, of course.
So here we go.
Okay, end the table. I win.
So someone is claiming victory already. Suppose you need that kind of confidence to be a YouTuber. While I am looking at the YouTube comments, I am not going to neglect our friends on Facebook. Hello, Philip Wang. 你好啊，钟情哥，谢谢你收看我们的 stream. 你好，你好. And then also, this stream is localized in different languages at Natural8 Thailand, Natural8 Taiwan, and also Natural8 Hong Kong. So if you are, I find it unlikely, but if you are sick of us talking and describing what happens in English, and if you happen to know Mandarin, Cantonese, or Thai, do check out those localized content.
No, ไม่มีเนี่ย4หรือ5
So do you think this is going to be as interesting as the All-Star Challenge?
The All-Star Challenge had those world-class sickos making some correct poker moves, taking into account ICM or the winner-take-all format. Here we have a 20 big blind average starting stack. We have a payout structure with a money bubble at 5th place, $225 to 5th place, $2,500, so the pay jumps are massive to 1st place, and nothing apart from, of course, the guaranteed main event ticket being given out from 9th through 6th. I have a feeling people will want to cash. That's a milestone if you're early in your poker career, or if in the case of someone like Jason or Charlie who have a lot of poker experience, there's a little bit of ego to make sure you do
color.
cash.
Don't forget
and
color.
color, very experienced as well. So I'm looking forward to the dynamics. I'm hoping that some of the wild cards actually let loose and keep us entertained.
Well, I see in the chat there are people from Thailand, Sawadika. I see there are people from Hong Kong, 大家好. And then also people watching from Taiwan, 你好. I think I've got them covered. Thai, Mandarin, and Cantonese.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. That's the bit of polling done. 53% of the people watching are from Hong Kong, 27% from Taiwan, and 18% from Thailand.
Perfect.
Oh, and Vietnam. Oh, I can't do Vietnamese. I'm sorry. Can you do it for me?
I'm not the right person to do Vietnamese.
Just because I'm whispering because I am embarrassed.
But wait, you just said hello, right? I know hello in Vietnamese. It's Xin Chao.
This is new. 4-color deck.
Oh, 4-color deck. How appropriate for the online world we live in.
For the colorful personalities.
And color one, mind you.
Wow. Here we go.
In case anybody's confused, 4-color deck super useful when playing online, so that you don't get confused between diamonds and hearts, and of course spades and clubs. The diamonds become blue, and the clubs become green. And when I do look at 4-color decks, sometimes I do wonder why they were not designed like that to begin with. Seems to make a lot of sense to me.
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Oh, please. Whichever you choose.
Actually, you know what? This is I want this to be even more optimized, which is to change the color of the cards instead of a white background, making it red. So when it's a heart, the card becomes red. When it's a spade, the card becomes black.
Right.
And that will be like proper online. Is that how you set up your online
I do.
session?
Especially because I am once in a while friskily firing away 5 PLO, 6 PLO streets. Trust me, you need 4-color decks looking at 6 cards in your hand.
Didn't know you were such a DJ.
Everybody's a DGen. It's just about how much they admit it.
Some of them are DJs. So back to the hand. Hand frame. Leading out with it's betting with king high versus FFAM's queen 8 suited. I think there's not much there to defend. Apparently he is the best PUBG rapper of all time.
It's a Venn diagram. That's interesting.
So here you go. Our friend from Thailand is leading the field with a 29 big blinds. And just like that, we have a very, very, very short stack.
Yeah, you win the pie and now you want to
Not
get
very
the
short stack,
ball,
but
then-
shortish stack.
Come on,
She give me a good card. You know, I have to.
FFAM Zuzu. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's something complimentary. Folding 2. Folded to everyone's folded. They are folding too fast. FFAM just flatted the button with Queen 10. Oh no, it just opened 5k with Queen 10 off. Jason with pocket aces. Opened to 15,000, which is basically committing its own stack. Flop comes. King 10-4. I am smelling an elimination here. Jason fires again. 20k. I think it's hard to get away with having hits at 10. Just to remind our viewers, if you want localized content, Natural8 Hong Kong, Natural8 Taiwan, and Natural8 Thailand are streaming this very same event as we speak. Very disciplined fold. Jason shows aces.
Yeah, for sure.
Aces never loses. I welcome the 183 viewers watching this Asian Poker Tour Taipei 2024 Natural 8 Influencer Invitational
誒，
event.
食個朱古力先。係。我入面朱古力嚟㗎。
And there are so many people tuning in on Natural 8 Hong Kong. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Action gets to hand fronts. Charlie opens from +2 with pocket tens. Jason decides to flat his big small blind, which is actually not bad. King queen off. And the Dinter is coming along for the ride. Flops a king, but Charlie's flopped a set. So everyone's got a piece. Jason's flopped top pair, Charlie middle set, Dinter open-ended straight draw.
4,000.
Carnage. Charlie bets. Pretty small sizing. 4,000 into 14,000. And I can see Wilfred Lau talking on the phone, telling people that the competition has started. Turns an ace, which obviously gives Dinter the check mark. It's going to be carnage for Charlie. Jason's made a very disciplined fold. It's a good fold, actually. Dinter will not be going anywhere. Nor is Charlie, I'm guessing. He's going to race. Charlie's really committed himself. So it's basically all in to call. And it's like, I flop middle set. What do you want me to do? What am I to do? Sounds like a song from Blur, from their Think Tank album. What am I to do? Someone is really unhappy. Can he exploit fold here? Does Dinter have ace king? Or two hearts? Can he find a fold? I mean, it would be such an exploit fold. Last night over dinner, actually, we were talking about how some boards just don't have bluffs. This could be one of them. Charlie has all the tens, so removing king 10. Unlikely to be ace king. Could be king 5. And also he's taking one heart away for the heart draw. Are there enough bluffs versus value for Charlie to call off his remaining stack? Welcome our viewers, 215 of them. I am feeling a little bit jealous of my colleagues in Hong Kong because they're smashing the numbers over 1,000. Wow, Charlie has made such an amazing fold.
这不能演吧？
Folding middle set versus Dinter's turn jam.
对啊，
Check, turn jam. Turn, check, jam.
Wow, Stephen, what did I just come back into the booth with? I mean,
Charlie making an amazing call.
that is some world-class stuff.
So reading, well, you know, you don't get to work with Fatal Hose without being of certain standards.
Shut it all down. Bring these guys into the All-Star showdown next time round. World-class stuff.
Did you mean Fatal Hose?
No, I meant Charlie in this case.
I mean, oftentimes I'm a little bit involved in the industry, and then I would, listen to conversations about who the sponsored pros are, etc., etc. And this is not from the grapevine or anything like that, but my prediction is Charlie will be sponsored by, one of the operators very soon.
I'm sure you're right.
He's got a good looks, he's got an amazing YouTube channel, and he's a very, very good poker player. And also a very engaging conversationalist, it seems.
Well, you
Also
were-
said a rude word. Sorry, go on.
Okay, good thing the English stream won't catch on, but you were talking about earlier how there's many variables to being a professional poker player, and certainly being an engaging conversationalist can only help.
I think that's my one of my plus points, maybe.
Well, I'll certainly plus one that, Stephen.
感觉他比 AK 还要大。
Opening from UTG, Wilfred Lau, a pop singer from Hong Kong, open it up to 4,000. Lila Ho, flatting from +2 with Ace-Jack suited. Wow, Greg decides to 3-bet, which is going to see a lot of fireworks.
A big 3-bet. 20K. Some proper holdings too. Pocket 8s, Ace-Jack suited.
Live poker isn't rigged.
Live poker isn't rigged.
I haven't said that yet. This is the 5th day. This is the first time.
Well, we do have to prime the audience. Make sure they understand the satire first.
What satire? Wow, that's a good flat. Thinking maybe there's enough pot odds to set mine here. Considering Lila was always going to flat as well. Flop comes 4-3-3. As clean as you like for pocket 8s. Pocket 8s must be, of Wilfred, must be very, very happy right now.
Can Wilfred feel too comfortable though, given the action, the big 3-bet? 65K in the middle, 60K behind across all the players.
那你会出今天晚上那个100万的那个？
Surely has to be worried about overpairs to his 8s.
没有啊，我是在想说，我们有1/3的机会赢。
Lila perhaps has the easiest decision making to come.
有白。
Checks in flow. Lila should not have much of a decision. Ace King did not take a stab at it. Wilfred deciding to check once again on the 4 turn, and now Greg is getting busy. He likely thinks he has the best hand and is trying to protect it.
Same as Lila, actually, I would say.
Little does he know, Wilfred is sitting there with 81% likelihood of taking this down. A small bet should make it easy for Wilfred to continue. 4s and 3s are just a non-issue in this hand.
Solid call there. Maybe, just maybe. will string along Lila to juice up the pot.
Wouldn't blame her. Ace high could be good a lot of the times, but great fold there.
Let's see the river.
The 5 of diamonds shouldn't change anything really.
You know, if Wilfred was behind against a better pair, he's behind. It's a very static board, as they say.
And this is the beauty of position. Wilfred now doesn't need to lose a single chip. Can take a showdown value. Greg rather, I mean, sorry, with the ace king, doesn't need to lose any more chips. Wilfred has checked out of position. Very likely prepared to call this down if facing some heat. Pocket eights remained an overpair to the board. Minimal action on the turn, no action on the flop. Can you really be too uncomfortable with an overpair here?
So I think the key here is the flop check from the pre-flop aggressor. 3-better even. There you go, Wilfred. Chipping up. Now he's the chip leader with 69 big blinds.
Pop star, chip leader, wearing Jordans, I believe. Total package.
Are they Jordans? I don't know, you see. I have no idea.
I was just guessing. I was stepped way out of line. I really shouldn't have. They matched the tint on his jacket, is what I actually noticed. So
Fair enough.
they're very intentional, whatever they are, and I would expect nothing less.
So Wilfred, apart from being a pop singer, he also has a YouTube channel called Round Table Poker,
Yeah.
in which they invite celebrities to, you know, have a chat and over a game of poker. You know, not too not too overly technical. You know, they do follow the rules of Texas Hold'em. It's not like a crazy, silly game, but you know, it's mainly like a chat show. So, if you're interested, if you speak Cantonese, do check out Round Table Poker on YouTube.
45,000 subscribers, by the way, on that channel.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. In fact, fairly successful. And a great format. I've seen it implemented in other industries, like there's a popular stand-up comedy collective called All Things Comedy, with the likes of Bill Burr and others. Let me just plug them for a moment. They do a round table poker game where they just shoot the breeze.
Could I bring you back to the action, because color is running good again.
There we go, bottom two, takes it down.
BVB, flopping bottom two.
Easy life.
There's nothing to complain here.
Blinds 1K, 3K. The table, at least the ones who can easily communicate with each other from a language perspective. Having a good time? Bantering along?
So you know, I socialize with color off the poker table. I've never seen him dressed so well. I think he is taking this TV opportunity very seriously.
Really now? Well, I think, if I remember correctly, he has stepped up his style game ever since we saw him at a similar table in Incheon and then the main event. So maybe he's taking the fact that he's becoming a poker ambassador very seriously. Not just a TV time.
And you know, no young person should take any fashion tips from me. So don't accuse me of coaching him in that way.
Well, I will say, if you want timeless fashion, I highly recommend taking fashion tips
Then I can do okay.
from Steven. And after all, is there any other fashion but timeless fashion?
Just watch the stream.
Yeah, never mind. You're right. It's fashion is never timeless. It's about what comes and goes. It's about seasons, tour. I have no idea what I'm talking about. For now, I will observe the great fashion. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the baby blue hoodie we're looking at. Man from Thailand, hard from. I could never in a million years pull off that hoodie. I could never in a billion years pull off that haircut, that's for sure. And yet here he is, rocking it all. An entertainment streamer.
Am I correct to say that you've never dyed your hair?
I have never dyed my hair.
Nor have I.
We're missing out.
Well, look at the table. They look good.
Can I play like Elky if I dye my hair?
You can play like Elky anytime you want.
No. I wish. Only Elky can play like Elky. On to the next one. Phones are allowed on the table, by the way, unlike some of our feature and final tables. After all, a lot of these guys are content creators. Oh, Wilfred, getting rid of the shades. He's ready to go old school. Charlie seems to have a decision. Queen jack off on the button. Raises from middle position, +3 or the low jack. Decides to peel one off, has a stack that can afford it. And pocket fives will happily peel. Go set hunting, set mining. Jack 10, 3, 2 clubs. Charlie has binged top pair. Check 2 in position. Should be a quick takedown if he can fire some chips into the middle. Fire he does.
Charlie's nursing a below average stack after clashing heads with, I think it was Dinter with his middle set. Taking some back. Taking some back. Okay, so if I'm not incorrect, I'm keeping a count here myself. I think Wilfred is indeed the chip leader, but Jason is probably the... No, then Dinto will be the second chip leader, and then you'll be followed by Jason. Jason with his aces. Took down an okay pot. So everyone is using their phones to share the YouTube live in different languages on their own social platforms.
I fully support this.
We have a job to do, and they have a job to do.
Well, their job currently is to get that APT trophy. Of course, they all have content-related duties. Some of them are influencers by definition, streamers, YouTubers. But an APT trophy, that opportunity doesn't come along every day.
Every few months.
Every few months, but to be 9-handed for an APT trophy? If I could do that every few months, I would not be in the booth.
Oh, go away, come on. Come back. Always forgiven. I did come in when earlier today you were out having your coffee or dinner break. And I came in and I did say to the booth, I said, honey, I'm home. Dead silence. So that's kind of my usual problem, you know. It's funny because my working hours are very different to my wife's. So oftentimes I'll go home at 7 a.m. say, and then she'll be gone for work in the morning.
Yeah.
And then it's just like swapped. It's quite sad sometimes. Honey, I'm home to the cats.
The life you've chosen. What to do.
That life's chosen me, as they say.
You're right, the life chose you.
Back to the hand. Charlie opening from hijack with ace jack off, getting a call from ace 10 suited. Lila's ace 10 suited.
Fair play.
It's actually okay.
Absolutely. I like that she did not 3-bet. Would be committing herself a bit too much at this stage.
And folding would not be a crime either.
But it's 40% of a royal flush, Stephen. How is one to fold?
So Color and Jason are bantering in Cantonese, and they are watching the Cantonese stream already, with all the commenters supporting Color, Jason, and Wilfred in Hong Kong, exclusively on Natural8 Hong Kong in Cantonese.
Well, the Natural8 Thailand stream might have something to talk about, because Hanfram seems to have found a mystery hand that he wants to go with. Threw in a time bank and now announces all in. This needs to be a monster. It is a squeeze against the late open, but truth be told, very likely is going to be a premium.
Charlie's rejamming.
So away we go. We are going to have a massive swing. Lila showed the discipline to not 3-bet.
That Natural8 patch is very distracting, don't you think?
The pink, you mean?
Correct.
I like it. You say distracting, I say conspicuous.
Wow, pocket threes.
Pocket threes. Aggressive jam, but he's found himself in a flip for a mountain of chips. 4-4-6. More outs with the 6.
It's a backdoor hard draw. There you go. Counterfeit out as well.
19 outs. Too many outs. Too many outs syndrome.
So there you go. Very friendly. And I think we have the first elimination. I was bigging up Charlie before the stream. Not that he's, made a mistake or anything. In fact, I would say he lost the minimum with middle set.
Well, good news, chat, because the winner, the champion in this case, Form, has been pinned to chat. And in case you haven't had a chance to do that yet, now you have one less candidate to guess from. The cutoff time for the Form... One fewer, excuse me. The cutoff time for the Form, of course, is 9 p.m. But I encourage to keep things interesting for yourself. Take a fair stab at it. Try to guess while we have the rest of the table. It'll be fun.
I'm going to interject here by saying 9 p.m. Hong Kong time, because there are viewers from different locales. So 9 p.m. Hong Kong time. That would make it 8 p.m. Thai time.
And of course, Hong Kong and Taiwan, same time zone.
Same time zone. There are comments in the Natural8 Hong Kong chat box saying, "Oh no, I guessed Charlie to be the winner."
Nobody would blame you. Charlie was an odds-on favorite, but such is the way of poker and flips.
And other elimination possibility. Jason covering Greg and being ahead as well. Ace Jack. Ooh, Ace King. So all the players are lathering up quickly. Greg is like, okay, well, what can you do? Please hold, he says. It's okay. It's not such a bad flop. It's not such a bad flop, come on. Still looking for 3 jacks and 4 tens for the straight. Deuce is good for Jason. Greg is down to 16% in equity. The river is an ace. So it looks like Greg has been eliminated. Well done, Jason, for playing ace-king optimally, which is to go all in.
Well, GG, Greg. Gives a nice adios to the camera on the way out. Nice presence at the table, and we look forward to seeing him in the main event with the ticket he has garnered here. So we inch our way to the money bubble here. 5th place gets 225 USD and a fairly hefty 2500 USD up top. Nice little table we have going here. Almost 30,000 USD in prizes being given out, courtesy of Natural8.
So Color, since his victory, or is it second placing in Incheon, has actually moved to Macau to become a full-time cash game player.
Wow.
So he's
Big
taking
moves.
the step up, using his newfound bankroll wisely, playing reasonably small cash games at the casinos, grinding, recording his daily activities, engaging with his fans, learning from getting a bit of coaching, also giving a bit of coaching. Because he told me the other day that teaching an absolute beginner really sharpens his analytical skills. Because, when you're answering questions, you really have to think about it properly, right?
Oh, I could not agree more. And what's the old quote? I think Richard Feynman, unless you can teach it, you don't know it. Or maybe it was Einstein. And I think it's a great way to validate what you feel and think about poker. And sometimes, when you're learning, it's all in your head. But when you're teaching, you say it out loud. And that dual modality actually cements some of the learning. So I think that's a great combination. And everything else you said also. Seems like he's just doing it right. Huffy Cat says, I need IG, Lila, please tell me. I'm going to do the old Henry Kilbane trick and be like, oh, sure, Huffy Cat, you may have my IG, here you go.
Free Hong Kong now.
You're welcome.
We are ahead. Yeah.
Taiwan too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to notice our sign.
So we have to cut one Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So they're saying there are too many players representing Hong Kong at this table. So one of them needs to be eliminated.
Oh, I see. Tribal wars have begun on the table. So we've had an elimination from Taiwan, of course. We did lose Greg. Count as Thailand, I guess. Thailand still represented here. Queen 8 off is about to open from the cutoff. No fear. And Queen Jack suited is way too aesthetically pleasing to ever consider folding on the button. What about 4-3 suited, Stephen? Aesthetically pleasing? Or tricky?
Way too tricky, I'm afraid.
Another queen in the mix. Color completes. Hopefully not the case queen as we head to the flop. Ace, king, 7 rainbow.
Jason still ahead with Queen Jack suited. Gut shot plus a backdoor flush draw. In pretty good shape here. Yeah, cannot fold here.
I like the aggression though from Queen 8 off. Knows that the board smacks his opening range. Can he find the double barrel? It is extremely likely to work. Not for the moment, goes check, check, and the Queen Jack gets the check mark, but could Han Fram realize that a check behind by Jason, a quick one at that, signals some weakness.
Protecting your range here, I think. Unless he's thinking, whether he could beat out a pair of 9s or a pair of 8s. There you go. Thank you. We have a new dealer. Taipei from Taiwan. He's worked at the CTP club for a long time. As regulars from Hong Kong, I've practically seen her like growing into her.
啲觀眾中意玩嘢啊嘛，咁你見到之後咪令到你變咗手動呼吸啊！你就係咁諗住啊！會嘅咩？會㗎。會嘅咩？係啦，好似你潛意識諗到之後，跟住你就停唔到㗎啦。係啊，係啊，好差㗎。我未睇，我估下係咪衝 MC？ 係啊，我啲觀眾。
The table settled in now. 2 away from the money, although the 225 for 5th place. About a 10th of the 2500 for 1st place, so all eyes should be on gold here, and by gold I mean the APT trophy for 1st place. Well, he opened Queen 8 off in the cutoff. I guess King 7 suited in the hijack. What's the plan? Let's do it again. Gets through. Small blind. Wilfred. 10-7 off in the big. Just one more blind to call. Wants to peel. Ace 5 certainly favors Anfram in the form of absolutely whiffing for Wilfred. We saw him continuation bet 3-way with Queen High on an Ace King high board. My suspicion is he c-bets and takes this down. There's the first part of my prediction. There's a second. Not that difficult, I have to say, the prediction.
Micro-sizing, one big blind.
Yeah, I think we can tell who's been watching the pros. Anfaram has now.
Us? Been watching us?
And watching us. Learning about micro-sizing from our commentary over the pros who micro-size. So he has the chip lead now.
In fact, I think it used to be called small ball poker.
That's right, the old Daniel Negreanu favorite term, small ball poker.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, huh? Daniel Negreanu started properly studying the game, you know, with solvers and stuff a few years ago. And guess what he discovered? What he's done all along has been correct.
Tiny bets, small ball.
He must be thinking, why am I doing this? I'm relearning small ball poker?
Yeah,
8,000 win.
Enter, being forced to raise to the correct amount.
规矩。赢了，你唱。
Blinds are 2,000, 4,000, so a 7k raise automatically gets bumped up to 8k.
Now?
This one?
Already finished?
Already.
Already?
Finished. Busted.
Bust?
Yeah.
So you play tomorrow again?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Think.
I play tomorrow.
Oh. Good luck.
Thank you. I need that.
Yeah. Everyone need that.
I need that.
So Kala actually works with a bunch of YouTubers on YouTube, of course. It's a group called JFFT, and they often stream their poker sessions. And one time when they came to HKPPA to stream, we were getting over 6,000 concurrent viewers live, which is quite unusual.
That is
偷一发。
global sports event level sometimes.
哦，
Very impressive.
这对你比较好。
I think the funniest thing they did was
这不是职业。
they
这对职业不好。
played on the RFID table with all the cards shown with no delay.
What does that even mean, Stephen? You can look up your opponent's cards.
Yeah.
That's a home game.
你知道可以day 2才打吗？知道。但day 2只有25。对对对。
There's a term in India when you start playing, when you go out as like a 10-year-old in the evening to play games with fellow kids. It's called kachi mitti, which translates to weak soil, which just means you just have a pass. Like, for instance, if you're playing hide and seek, even if you get found, you don't become the denner. Like, it's just a way of learning and ingratiating people into the game. And I feel like that's the version of poker you're describing. Hey, you learn poker, you'll be able to see my cards. Try this and then we'll graduate. It's like training wheels. We'll graduate to when you cannot see the cards.
You know, I've actually done that as part of the coaching to understand equity and pot odds.
That makes a lot of
So that
sense.
with the cards up, and if someone bets one big blind, you can work out your implied odds and your fold equity, with the cards up.
And one day, I'll finally be able to take off my poker training wheels.
Your weak soil.
Weak soil. I've never actually translated that into English. It makes no sense, but you grow up with these phrases and they make perfect sense.
Kala has a hand. Ace king off, opening up from +1. So I think this is quite interesting because Wilfred Lau obviously has been in the industry for a long time, in front of camera for a long time, but I don't think he's ever been on a streaming table. And the interesting thing about this streaming table is that you don't actually get to perform very often.
Right.
So, you most of the time you don't get very good cards.
Yeah, you
So
have to be in the hand.
Yes,
to be on camera.
so you got to work your way into the table.
I see what you're saying. So if you want the TV time, you need to give action.
We have to come to play.
That, as well as being able to accept the fact that you're not performing all the time.
Ah. Well, I think back to the APT Da Nang in August 2023. You and I were commentating once again, but I believe you were remotely commentating. We, of course, had the Japanese superstar, perhaps very analogous to Wilfred Lau here, Gact. Made it all the way to, I think, the final table. Maybe he bubbled the final table. We had so many people in chat just fangirling and fanboying over him. But you know what? One thing stuck with me. Some of them were saying things like, I'm just so happy he can be there with nobody bothering him, just playing poker. Either because they didn't know how famous he was, or to be honest, in the poker world, we don't bother celebrities too much when they're playing. So maybe an added bonus if you're super famous
The
to join the
David
poker
Bowie
world.
of Japan, I remember him.
That's right, the David Bowie of Japan. I might have come up with that, but that's just the vibe I got.
I'm just taking it.
还以为你是故意的。
Now here's a noob question.
Go on.
The man from Thailand, the streamer, Han Param, I assume it'll be, given the way they pronounce P in Thailand. So, why add the 3 at the end? Surely Han Param wasn't taken.
Maybe the 3 is an E.
Yeah.
E backwards.
Of course, of course. I'd love some insight, chat.
Just guessing.
现在只有15秒。不是30秒。刚才不是30吗？刚是30。OK， 好，那没事。反而覺得奇怪，我係覺得好速喎，好長啊，可以打個 online 咁。好速啊，好速。
King 10 now. I'm thinking back to the Queen 8 off open, the King 7 suited open. Seems to suggest some chips going into the middle right now. We have a table captain, ladies and gentlemen. Color has the extremely defendable suited ace in the big blind. Wow, he just has a good sense of what he's been watching. He may be bantering, but he's noticed the opening frequency coming from that position. Seat number 6 getting a bit frisky. Color turning A7 suited into a 3-bet jam as a bluff. Nicely done, sir.
My chip on you.
Team Hong Kong, Team Hong Kong, Team Hong Kong.
My lucky
Team
chip.
Hong Kong.
Team Hong Kong, Team Hong Kong. Team Hong Kong, Team Hong Kong. Hong Kong, Team Hong Kong.
And one thing as well that, not because it's anyone's fault, but Wilfred is actually like a generation older comparing to these kids. You know, he's not really like a content creator himself. He's you know, he's an entertainer, he's a star, he's an actor, he's an artist. But I think for these kids, for these younger generation, they are producer, cameraman. You know, it's like a one-stop shop of everything.
Yeah,
There's
great point.
a little bit of a gap there. You know, I don't think Wilfred Lau would know a dynamic microphone from a condenser microphone, or a bouquet of a lens. You know, he's just there to perform. He's an artist.
When you're a pop star at that level, those are what we call SEPs. Someone else's problem. Oh my, oh my. Pocket Rockets have entered the building.
This is the man who turned it straight against Charlie and took a big pot off him. Dinta.
Great setup too. Looks like a squeeze. The quietest person on the table, arguably, F-Farm. E-sportcaster in Thailand. Finally decided to hope his image would pay off. Opens King 9 off. Jason, we don't know what he has. Called behind in the cutoff. So Dinter does what's known as a squeeze. If you have an open, a call, and you 3-bet it up, that's considered a squeeze. Squeezing with aces is a good feeling. Would love to get a call here from Jason, but Jason is hemming and hawing and sighing, so I have a feeling he's going to let this one go.
我30分鐘之後就知道你新個牌。
So it seems like we have some fans of F-Farm, was it, Stephen? Based on at least how Ray said it. Would love to hear some stories. We just had Matt Donalds in the chat. Commend the fold. Also, Mufar in chat said F-Farm is an e-sportcaster in Thailand. Are you guys fans, friends, family? What can you tell us? Apart from the fact that he loves Tom and Jerry and it's extremely stylish wearing that jacket. The top-down view shows what a dealer has to do before every hand.
Oh, it's tough.
Greg has it down pat, by the way. He likes all the dealing and shuffling, but it's like a wash, box cut, wash. I don't know it, of course, but it's like a set pattern.
Yes.
A wash meaning what you were watching there, which is when you mix the cards up, which is arguably the most randomized way to shuffle a deck. There's a lot that goes into it without you guys realizing when you sit down to play a live poker tournament that's run as pristinely as the APT. Oh, look at this. Matt Donald says, I'm his brother. Well, there should be no shortage of stories then.
You're not an internet person, are you? You believe that comment?
Well, I believe the tendency of somebody to say they're brother to know a lot about that person.
I'm his brother, come on.
They don't need to be real brothers. They could be brothers from another mother. They could be bros. Donalds, I'm putting my faith in you. I'm not a cynic.
I'm laying a bet now.
Unlike my co-host here.
I am laying a bet. Yeah.
Tell me some stories and make them believable. I don't want to lose another bet to Steven.
That's funny.
Oh my. TPTK,
Oh,
top pair, top kicker versus top pair, second kicker. This could be dangerous.
Dinter just had aces, and now he has ace king. Wow, Jason decided to take a stab at the pot after a check. Dinter's like, huh, oh well, I'm going to call. Top pair, top kicker, TPTK. Rivers a 5, pairs up. Dinter should be very happy.
Jason managing to lose the absolute minimum, it seems, by checking 3 streets and, of course, check calling on the turn. Can Color find... Dinter, rather. Sorry, Color, the other person in the frame. Can Dinter find the big value bet? Because it is going to get paid off shortly. That is not a big value bet. Oh, Teddy KGB cookies.
No, okay. The pot says Sensi beans.
Oh, like
From Dragon
Ball Z. There we go. Would it be Senzu?
Sensi beans, I think. No?
Oh, I think in the English translation,
Okay.
probably Senzu. There we go. Love the
Sensu
reference.
beans. Yeah, it's funny. He's calling.
Well, talk about losing the minimum. Well done, Jason.
There you go, see. There's an answer there.
That I'm handsome here.
Might as well be
I'm looking
Wikipedia.
good,
Nice hair.
yeah? Nice haircut. Thank you.
So we have been told by production that the stack sizes will adjust shortly.
The cat.
But we can sort of follow along based on the action.
Have too many
I
cats.
think Dinter is the chip leader.
我唔應該 call 唉，真係。我下一次我會相信你。
我也不信。
I think the short stacks are
把把 race。
F Farm and Jason now. Color is chipped up a little bit.
What in the world? Aces again?
You know what they say? Live poker,
Not rigged.
totally not.
Well, Dinter's hoping the table notices that he has been opening, wheeling and dealing, raising, value betting, and fights back, but the queen 3 off. Pretty aesthetically displeasing. No action for the aces. One of the more bittersweet feelings in poker. Doesn't show. I like that.
Aces, ace king, and aces again. With that kind of luck, you know, would you think the universe will balance it out with some tragedies?
Well, live poker is not rigged, so I suppose there is no balancing out. Anything can happen at any time. In the long run, maybe it evens out.
仲有1個鐘，2個鐘一個 break。
Haven't heard too much from Lila lately. The card distribution mostly has to do with that, but sure she's feeling the pinch. Bit frustrated to not get in the mix. Fortunately, Dinter is soaking up all the good hands, so what can they do?
Well, Kala's turn. King, queen off. Wilfred is sitting there patiently. Or impatiently. Speaking of the devil, I think she might get involved here. 10 jack suited. Or offsuit. Quite a pretty hand. Especially in shot deck.
I like it. Disciplined laydown. She's extremely short stack. Also respecting colors open from the hijack. You are 7-handed. You can loosen up ranges a little bit versus 9-handed. And Hanparam. A golden rule, ace on the big blind usually can peel effectively. You need to be comfortable with post-flop play though. I mean, just look at this, the ace and the 6. I remember when I learned how to play poker, and we talked about, you know, calling weak aces. A big question that was asked is, you hit the ace, as he just did. Are you really that comfortable? And if you hit the 6,
You're definitely not happy.
it went ... You don't want to hit the 6.
You know what they say? Small cards flop small pairs.
I like it.
And I don't think it's they, I think it's me, actually. That's what I say to my kids. Yeah, small cards
Stephen Lai original.
flop small pairs.
And when you say your kids, I should clarify. You mean your poker mentees.
I'm hoping my wife isn't listening in.
You're not out there teaching your offspring how to play cards at a young age.
Speaking of which, there's a funny thing a few years ago on Wikipedia, and the entry for Boris Johnson, number of children, 3, bracket, unverified.
Wow. UK political drama, huh, Stephen?
How good is that?
Well, Color took a stab on the flop, sort of a range bet on the ace high dry board. Understandably got called, and now check, check.
Ace is good.
Should feel comfortable going for value given the action. Can rep some missed draws as well. The wheel draws did not come in. Some cards like Broadway cards with a backdoor might have called in Hanparam's position on the flop. Now would be forced to bluff, holding something like Jack high, Queen high. I think 10 Jack of diamonds, Queen Jack of diamonds. Same with hearts as well. Color could talk himself into a hero call here, and Hand has built up a bit of an image. Look at this. The King Queen hero call and the bad news. I suspect he was giving a range pretty similar to what I was defining. He knows he has to go with the odds there.
And it's saying I've only got 10 big blinds. Just to tell you all about the rest of the series, apart from this Natural 8 Influencer Invitational, there are other events happening. Day 1B of the main event just finished. 260 entries, of which 118 have managed to survive the day to bring their chips into day 2.
Don't forget the other event, Stephen. 75 in the women's event. Always great to see.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 10,000 Taiwanese dollar buy-in.
See, that got me interested straight away. I did see some of the familiar faces of the circuit, ladies of the circuit.
I spotted Kitty Ko today, actually.
Playing or not?
Well, she was around, and if she comes all the way, she's a new mother, I believe.
Yes.
She comes all the way, I suppose she'll fire the ladies' event. She's won a few of those in her time, I assume.
And rightly so.
Simply one of Taiwan's best players, period, as you assume.
I'd say, yeah. In fact, I remember the first Asia Poker Player of the Year that I could recognize was Kitty Koo. And I started playing MTT about 14, 15 years ago. And she was already at the pinnacle of Asian poker.
Very impressive presence on any poker table. And congratulations to her, by the way, for her new baby. I watched her partner's YouTube video, Frankie C, who was on the All-Star Showdown, created an amazing video. He only has 15,000 subscribers, but I remember telling you he was taking YouTube very seriously. Saw his videos as short films. I wouldn't go that far in terms of how I think of what a short film is, but it really was almost like a narrative documentary where he journeyed, or rather he journaled the whole saga of him first meeting Kitty, dating, and then having a relationship across 2 different cities and countries, all the way till having the baby, like him in the hospital and such. So now I think back to all the video he took on the All-Star Showdown table, and I'm looking forward to the content that comes out of it. Check that out. Frankie C is the YouTube channel.
I do remember him playing quite conservatively, actually. So it'd be interesting for him to listen to the reason behind that. You know, why he took that kind of overall strategic decision. Oi! This is not fair.
What in the world is going on?
Sorry, my Cantonese came out there. Oi!
Is that Cantonese?
Well, kind of. Oi!
I like it. It completely echoed what I felt as well when I saw the queens. Aces, ace king, aces, pocket queens. Here we go. It's Dinter's world. We're just living in it. What can he achieve with the pocket queens this time?
That was a primal reaction there. Oi! Basically, it could mean it's unfair. It could mean how dare you. Oi, 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 oi. Okay.
Steven, you jinxed him, Steven. No fair.
Only if I had that power.
You jinxed him 29 minutes ago.
Only I had
on our
that power.
30-minute delay.
The magic is time traveling.
Jokes aside, this might spell trouble. I've often mentioned to you how I think this is the trickiest spot in poker. Having a good holding, only one overcard to the board, and your opponent happens to have exactly that pair. Goes with a check. Smart man. The 6 does connect with a lot of the calling range on that king 4-3 2 clubs board, but if and when Han decides to start betting this for value, which seems to be on this street, pocket queens is going to seem way too strong to fold after all. You're beating all the flush draws, needless to say, but also some of the pair plus flush draw combos could be betting here in position, trying to get to a cheap showdown every once in a while. Well, let me just pause there, Steven, because the man has just made a set of queens on the river.
See, that's why I didn't react to your comment earlier. I knew that was coming.
Do you mind just doing it again? Do it from my side.
Why?
Dinter. Making it look easy. 950,000 subs and a set of queens. Must be nice. He's bet kind of small. Don't see how this doesn't get called. Just seems like a block bet. He might have done this with pocket queens, period, without hitting the set. And it is very impressive that Han hasn't thrown any chips into the middle yet. If he's using the time bank to contemplate a fold, I commend him for it. If he's using the time bank to contemplate a raise, I worry about him.
Definitely doesn't need to be turned into a bluff.
Honestly, he's just played so well. I doubt he's thinking about a raise at all, and I think it is very, very impressive if he's planning to even consider folding this. He does make the call, can't blame him.
Yeah.
从未透支。要赢的吧？
谢谢台湾的朋友啊，我见到应该有很多台湾人在看啊，谢谢你。这一个是 Natural8 的网红哦，不会这么说了，这是一个 influencer 的比赛。刚开始的时候啊 ，Charlie 就走了，就跑了。不过现在还有 Dinter 打得不错，哦，有牌了。谢谢你啊，谢谢你们。如果你们听得懂广东话的话，可以去 Natural8 Hong Kong 看一看，他们一边有很多人在看這個直播。多謝香港嘅朋友啦！如果睇緊呢條直播嘅話，多謝你哋睇呢個英文版嘅 Asian Poker Tour 呢個 Natural8 網紅挑戰賽嘅比賽啊！我哋呢度有3位香港嘅朋友，大 J 啦、劉浩龍同埋我哋最愛嘅顏色教練。So welcome, and in Vietnam, Thai would be Sawadika.
Sawadika. That is one I know.
So all the long phrases I went for in Mandarin and Cantonese, and all I could do, I'm afraid, I can offer is Sawadika.
And Namaste.
Namaste. I mean, many Indians watching, do you think?
I can only hope.
Namaste indeed.
So the chip count, once again, will be fixed shortly. Dinter, of course, is in the clear chip lead, as one would be after aces, kings, aces, ace, king, aces again, and a set of queens. We apologize for the stream glitch. In case you can hear us, don't worry. We will be right back. Feel free to ask us any questions in the chat in the meanwhile, as our excellent production team takes care of it.
You know, it's actually very difficult to produce a poker stream. You know, I have first-hand experience. There are many breakpoints, as they say, in the chain. You know, all these YouTubers make it look so easy, but they actually invest a lot of
I step on a wire, and I am instantly worried I have broken the whole thing.
I think that's an all-in and a call. Color with King Jack suited versus Lila's King 8 suited. As always, at the clutch time, Color Wang always has the goods. Wow. All the hearts are blocked.
It's over. GG, Lila.
GG. Thank you for coming.
And we'll see you at the main event.
For sure. Looking forward to meeting her in person later at the beautiful Asia Poker Arena. Dinter with a massive chip lead, 67 big blinds. And we are looking at 3 shortish stacks. Distracting, the patch, very distracting.
Color giving his rail some good news, it seemed like. Through some eye gestures.
哦，啲回嘢又請。
Color with chips is not what the table wants to see. But Stephen, we are now down to 6 players. That means 1 away from the money. So we are actually on the money bubble.
第五有錢啊！
係喎，攞2嚿水喎。
They're actually talking exactly that. They're talking about that exactly.
係啊，尾啊，
$225 is the first payout.
應該係尾
It
啊。
jumps fairly quickly. $100 jump first, and then things basically start doubling. $750 next, $1,200 after, and $2,500 for first place.
啊，
To the extent any of these players want to start thinking very strategically about the payouts, it is very, very, very top heavy. How would you say the strategy needs to change, Stephen?
Chip EV. So don't think too hard about ICM. You know, take your
以前
chances,
有揸胡噶嘛，
take your spots.
睇未有嘅？生有。
Don't overly bully the table because you know,
River 沒有吧？
the opportunity cost is not that
真係不行。
big. Think about risk and reward a bit more.
The reward being not only the $2,500 but that APT trophy.
Correct. Turns to Jack. Wilfred Lau is still way ahead with King 10 high. Decides to bet his gut shot. Probably as a bluff.
I really like the bet though. Classic semi-bluff, 1 over, gut shot to the nuts. Sensed some weakness on the flop.
Unblocking all the spades.
Unblocking all the spades, that's one I doubt he's thinking about, but it's certainly true.
Don't underestimate the power of Wilfred Lau. Don't know what that impression was.
Oh, I thought it was the beginning of a song you might know of his.
No idea.
Certainly I can imagine a concert starting like that. So F-farm. King 5 suited. Facing the 2 big blind stab by Wilfred on the turn. Yeah, the flush draw is too attractive. 12 outs for him, as you see on the top of the screen. The ace seals the deal. Wilfred gets a check mark. Does he know it?
Can't be too happy though. Ace of spade would do the same. Anyone with the ace of spade would have called that 2 big blind bet on the turn. Decides to check.
睇埋。
The kicker plays, by the way, ace, king, jack, 10, 9 for Wilfred. If F-farm checks behind, we'll be down to just 25,000 in chips. Seems to have some ideas. Gives it up though. You know, Steven, I like that. He flipped over his cards. Anytime you're in doubt whether the kicker plays, it's fine. Give up that little bit of edge of your opponents knowing what you had and let the dealer sort it out for you. Nice little live poker pro tip for you guys.
But with that, F-fam is definitely in the danger zone. Only 5 big blinds left.
And can I just remind our viewers, only 5 minutes to go for the Guess the Champion form right up top. This is the best shot you will ever have. Free money is on the table. 6 players are left and 5 minutes until the form closes. Click the form pinned in the chat. Enter your Natural8 ID alongside. Guess who's going to win, and when they do, as we said,
You win.
You win. You get tournament dollars in your Natural8 account.
That's an infinite percent ROI, isn't it? Costs nothing to play.
Infinite ROI, exactly. And if you guess the winner correctly, you're invited to an exclusive Guess the Winner free roll with $388 in tournament money being given away, thanks to our wonderful hosts for this event and sponsors for the APT, Natural8.
We should be invited to those events, don't you think?
Yeah. What's that about? I'll settle for a Natural8 hoodie, by the way, to begin with.
I'll arrange that for you, eh?
Oh, please.
Medium?
Steven, don't mock me like this. How many X's can you attach to the L?
Extra medium.
Extra medium. I like that.
What would that, like, how would that even, what would that even mean semantically? Extra medium.
Extra medium? Just under a large? So safe river, so to speak. 3 clubs do come in. Hunt has been playing it pretty snug and Dinter checks behind. Frankly speaking, this man is going to be a bit of a terror at this table. The most active, the most nimble, manages to figure most hands out. Second only to Dinter and chips now.
應該 break 到一次，得翻2、3個人咯。係咯。
I have less power now. Can I take you one chocolate? Yeah, sure. Forgive my power for entertaining the table, you know. Now I'm tired. He took my chip and I tied it now. Good. That's good.
Credit to F-Farm, by the way, for hanging around with this small chip stack. Does find the fold with the suited king. With a stack as small as that, might have been better off getting it in there. Now Han wondering how many chips Jason has. Yeah, he puts them all in. Despite having just Jack 6 off.
I took your chocolate and I took your chip.
It's not fair.
Not fair, it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Next time, next time. Next time, next time.
You took his chocolate, you should give him the chip.
Yeah, not fair, right? Bad,
Not fair trade.
Yeah.
bad guy.
应该给我一些。
So sorry.
He's having his way with the table.
Do that.
Once again, a bit of a geographical divide being built here. Wilfred, relegated to seat number 1 on the opposite side of the bustling table. The generational divide you mentioned as well, Stephen. I would argue the fame divide as well. So,
Actually true. You're
Wilfred is just observing, wryly smiling, which I noticed, as one does sometimes when looking at younger, unjaded versions of themselves. As our lovely mod has pointed out in chat, just 1 more minute, in fact, to the guess the winner form closing. Speak now, or forever remain silent. Free money up for grabs. 6 players left. Just guess who's going to win.
Who do you think is going to win? Help our viewers.
Actually, I just
Give you a pro tip.
I just sort of did speak in favor of Han Param. He is playing exceedingly well and seems to have a keen sense of the game. We also saw him do some microsizing. That seems to suggest some pro-ish tendencies, as we've been saying.
Lucky chocolate, right?
Okay, I'm going to stick my neck out and go for Dinter. Because you cannot beat luck.
Cannot beat luck.
You cannot.
Let's see if the premiums continue to come.
It's really good. Good
每次
chocolate.
每次一有靚牌我就去。
You like it?
Yeah, I don't like sweet stuff.
Whose chip is this? It's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
哈哈，突然間多咗
But
錢
if。you don't want
Ha
it,
ha. Says Jason.
Bear with us in case the stream glitched with you. There we go. We're back.
Like it?
Yeah, I don't like sweet stuff.
Whose chip is this? It's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
哈哈，突然間多咗
But
錢
if。you don't want it, I can.
So Jason just found a loose chip at the table and asked, who does this belong to? Nobody claimed it, so I was like, I'll take it.
I'm fold and you can play. You know, fair.
I'm folding so that you can play.
We might have a new Tony Lin on the table. Han is just having his way. both in the speech play
What
and
did I
the
say
poker
about
play.
Dinter?
Well, he is facing the big blind of color. Let's see if the flop obliges. King, queen suited.
Okay, I'm waiting to do my Cantonese now. Whoa!
Nicely done. This is an easy jam, right? Ace 9 suited, 12 bigs, limped.
Yeah, there's no qua in that. It's just like, yeah, you jam.
Yeah, and I should apologize. Dinter just over min raised. So color has come over the top to 3-bet jam with the ace 9 suited, and Dinter knows that king queen suited is so strong. Color would easily be jamming under pairs, even hands as weak as jack queen, king jack, jack 10 suited. There should be a call if Dinter can figure it out.
Yeah.
跟啊！射
哎呀，
现在要跑了。
all sorts of
Let's
sighing in.
I like it. It's the nature of a wildcard table. These high rollers end up so jaded. Jack right in the window, the club variety.
Yeah.
Would have been an interesting wraparound card.
No.
For now, just 6 outs.
Deuce of heart.
10 of spades will be exciting.
Deuce of heart, please.
10 of spades. Make it exciting.
That will be exciting. That will be exciting, you know?
3、4、5、6。
Oh, these guys.
踢，干了。
That's a king.
That
Goodbye,
is
colour.
an unfortunate king.
再見啊！
What did I
Color.
say about Dinter being the winner?
You are indeed right.
Live poker is
波波 boy 喎，做咗。
difficult.
Very difficult. Well, you know what? Ace 9 v King Queen is a journey that every poker player needs to go through at some point. The 43%.
Have you noticed? F Farm just lathered himself into the money.
Excellent.
So when you were saying, was Ace 9 a jam? I didn't answer, right? Because I wasn't sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Taking into account the bubble.
But it's good for TV, so I let you do it, Colour.
And certainly good for the rest of the table. Fist bumping, celebrating. That's what you want to see when they make the money. And FM made a tight fold earlier and now finding the right jam with King 7 suited given his chip stack. Impressive stuff.
FM straight away being very, very ICM sensitive. Realized he could jam any two now. Cut off Jason's called off with ace 10 off.
Let's go.
A lot of less going.
冇傾冇七，冇傾冇七，冇傾冇七，我個人唔係咁黑，
Dinner king.
我個人唔係咁
He's
黑。
asking for no king and no 7. Hey, there you go.
7. Let's take a 7.
Is he the rapper?
Indeed.
That looked like a 7. Oh, wow. It's rare. There you go. A full double up for F Fam. Delighted. Jason completely crippled. Well, not completely, but down to 6 big blinds. Which is, I think, the starting stack, isn't it? 40k. Adi1 Kenobi, we welcome you.
What's up, Adi? Adi loves to see blood, but every once in a while he loves to see a roller coaster as well, I'm sure, as we all do.
I think the Thai viewers are delighted by the fact that their two representatives are going strong. So now 2 Thais, 2 Hong Kongese, and 1 Taiwanese. Who would it be?
Bay jumps to consider, by the way. Very small one at the moment. $325 is the next payout. But they do get interesting afterwards. Doubling to 3rd place. $750 for 3rd.
Jason's all in.
Not a good news.
But of course, Dinter with the dominating Queen Jack off isolates.
He's the chosen one. He is supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Nice reference. Love me some Star Wars.
I have actually changed my mind about the prequels.
We all have. They're excellent.
Well, of course, I have standards.
Is that not what you meant?
No, I think they're good.
Okay, news. Hong Kong team. News.
快啲心黑。
News.
紅心啊，唔該。
二啦，不如好嘛？
紅心啊，俾耳仔出嚟得啦。
News 2。
俾耳仔出
The
嚟啦。
Jews will be useful.
News for Hong Kong.
Chop is possible.
9 on queen. 9 on queen.
The queen is to be very useful.
A 9 queen king or an ace would be a chop.
Or ace. Ace king 9 queen.
There we have the outs.
4 is inconsequential.
有冇啊？我冇㗎啦。哎呀。
And then he's kind of saying, king for a chop.
未死得住，好多人都
Not a die to live another day.
This is what influencer invitationals are all about. You love to see it.
不過冇我呢個。
Responding to Adi, prequels were ahead of their time and became much better when compared to the sequels. I think the prequels became good after the animated series Clone Wars. Clone Wars really made the prequels special.
兩個 BB 贏咗個冠軍。
打翻上嚟啦。
I think the prequels were too rushed. I find the timeline's too jumpy. I think with Clone Wars, the animated series, it's just really padded out all the characters.
Fleshes it out.
Yeah, and this now it makes sense.
你出機啊？
All in is Jason again. Queen deuce last time. Mystery
Not
hand.
showing his guts. Or King 5 off.
You took my chocolate.
I cannot do anything.
Too much
I cannot walk,
chocolate.
I cannot.
Just fold.
You didn't watch?
I'm all in. You can fold.
I'm all in. You can fold.
Just give it.
How much more?
You have what? You can fold. Hey, I gave you chocolate.
I give you more chip, okay?
This is good. Yeah, you can't fold.
Oh. I have bad card.
And he's happy. King High is good.
I'm good.
Okay.
I have bad cards.
Hong Kong team. Let's go for Hong Kong team. I give you my chip.
Chad, who are you rooting for?
I give you
Let us know.
唔使 pay 啊，乜 pay 都唔使啊，唔要3唔要6就得啦。
King. Let's king.
So Jason is saying, just give me a blank board. I don't want to hit. I don't need to hit.
Okay for you, okay for you.
That's actually a very favorable flop. 4 to make it interesting. 5 to make it interesting.
No 6,
Same difference.
No 4.
Okay.
There you go. Back to back.
Great.
Jason's wasting his luck at this poker table. It should be in Macau playing Baccarat.
翻少少啦，叫做話。
Spinning up. 5 big blinds.
Let's do it again.
但係你又嚟逼翻我喎。
係啊，跟住我逼班跟住話。
And now he's posting the big blind.
Big blind. Give you my chip.
哎呀。
So can you believe this? We're almost been streaming for 2 hours. Just flown by.
Indeed it has. That's what happens when the banter and the players are having fun. The all-ins are coming fast.
Dinter opening up from UTG with King Queen, a Queen 10 off.
Good luck, brother.
Good luck, brother. Oh, there you go. Pocket jacks for Jason. JJJ.
No need for luck.
Lucky, my
Just needs
favorite
to hold him.
Or the Jays.
My favorite hand.
Oh!
Oh, and what did you say his nickname was? Big J?
Big J.
我最中意啊，聽聽。
Our friend. Keep it alive.
Live poker is not rigged. This is not scripted in any shape or form.
不要來啊！
I am 100% certain of that.
Jack right in the window and a 9 to keep things spicy.
More out. Actually, that's more out. King. King.
哇呀！pair the bot, pair the bot, pair the bot. Oh,
The dealer is like too excited.
Okay, 4 out.
just gotta dodge one more. One more card.
อย่าบอกนะออกมาได้แบ็คของ
Okay.
Wow. Look at that.
有連珠啊！
Yeah.
有得搏啊！
Here we go. So he's doubled to 11 big blinds.
มีเท่าไหร่หรอเนี่ยเริ่มหนักแล้ว
哇！一嘢翻翻嚟，
Sexy, sexy, sexy.
一嘢翻翻嚟。
เท่าไหร่หรอวะwhat
Wilfred watching on amused.
即係我啫嘛。
3, 4, 5. Oh, you have about 60.
Not really participating in the madness, but
Wow.
seems to be having fun nonetheless.
There's a lot of screaming. I wonder what's happening there. Right up Adi's alley there. Pain in poker? Is that what he likes?
Oh. 又回到10个 BB 啊！
Still 5-handed. We made the money, so to speak. For all those of you supporting any of these players in the chat, don't forget, they will be playing the main event thanks to Natural8 giving them main event tickets. So make sure you watch our coverage of the main event starting Wednesday. I have a feeling these guys will make it to the feature table one way or the other.
Jason's got a hand again. Pocket tens. Perhaps not to customer though.
Dinter should be calling this off. King 10 is good enough. Here we go. What a favorable situation for Jason. The spin up.
Continues. Was definitely good for TV.
Whoa. If you come back, it's dramatic.
Your comeback so dramatic. It's true.
Jack, 10. Oh.
No king.
That's a clean board. Ace, deuce, 8, rainbow.
個冇king。
Just dodging a king.
How about Jack?
Jack keeps it fair. Queen, basically the same thing.
More out.
King Jack. King Jack. No face card. No face card.
No face card.
King Jack. Okay.
Bloody hell.
Four in a row.
No more หนักแล้วหนักแล้วหนักแล้วหนักแล้ว
จิบร้อยไม่เสร็จเลยจะดาร้อยไม่เสร็จเลย
หนักแล้วหนักแล้ว
แพ้6มาจะดาร้อยเลย
哇！好勁啊！
หนักหนัก
好醒喎！點解得翻5000啊？頭先得翻5000，5000上翻嚟而家12萬，12萬。
邊度彎聲啊？
So you're saying he, at the lowest point, he only had 5,000 chips. Now it's grinded up to 132,000.
You can have one more.
Okay for me.
It's the Senzu beans.
Momentum?
Momentum, the key to tournament poker sometimes. Oh, another chocolate has been shared from the Senzu beans jar. Adi, by the way, watching in chat. That's what the jar says, according to Steven. I'm sure as a Dragon Ball Z lover, you'd appreciate that.
哇！你多過我添啊，幾犀利啊！5000蚊。
Adi is saying pain leads to suffering. Suffering leads to better commentary.
More than me now.
Or like Yoda 1.
Right,
I think that's very selfish.
second place now.
Yeah, it should be chip lead and second chip lead.
Yeah.
Very selfish.
So Stephen, despite our supposed age and generational gap, looking at F-Farm, maybe there's one thing you and I can connect over.
Go on.
Tom and Jerry,
Tom and Jerry? Is that an ice cream?
the goat. Is Tom and Jerry the goat? The best cartoon of all time?
Ooh,
Are you a fan?
I like it, but Itchy and Scratchy is better.
Ooh. The modern Tom and Jerry.
Ooh, my brain was taking. Did you see it? I was like trying to give you a good comeback. My brain was literally ticking.
At least you didn't say Rick and Morty.
No,
That would have been true modern.
No, but you know, Tom and Jerry and Itchy and Scratchy is the same thing. Rick and Morty isn't. Which I must confess, I do like a bit of Rick and Morty as well.
It's really good. But Tom and Jerry, in India at least, it's the great unifier. It's just, everybody just watches it growing up. It becomes common nostalgia. Because of course, the original run was maybe 100 years ago almost now. At least 80 or something. So they truly are timeless, and I feel like every 5-year-old just goes through this period of loving it.
Okay, without being all ironic and cool, with that stupid answer of Itchy and Scratchy, I'm going to tell you the true answer. I think Doraemon
Doraemon,
is
for you?
is kind of Oriental Asian
Yeah.
version of Tom and Jerry.
Well, I'm going to pause you there because Dinter has another monster.
Please pause me anytime you want.
And you seem to have predicted this insane run that he's going on. Absolutely unstoppable.
Queen 9 suited is a little bit out of line now.
Wilfred has been very patient.
Not in this hand, though, I would say.
Yeah, I understand. I just mean the steam sort of builds, just waiting for a hand, being card dead. Everybody's having way too much fun without you on the other side of the table. Could be worse at Queen 9 suited. Certainly one that I've seen super pros go with these days from the small blind. Ooh, a 10 right in the window. 10-9 Jack. Dinter is just on fire. Wilfred has flopped fairly favorably, at least so he'll think. Does have 8 out still. A lot of equity against a set.
No giving up here for Wilfred. Is he going to take the donk bet route? No. Don't forget that Dinter actually outdrew Charlie's middle set of tens. So could it be a role reversal here?
Bottom pair, straight draw. Very reasonable
Cannot
to
give up.
continue with the call.
Boom.
Ace of diamonds, 2 flush draws now on the board. Wilfred's hand rather. Not changed much given the board texture. Did grab his chips or eye them before checking on the flop as well. Wonder if that's what this leads to. Yep. And Dinter now can bet big. 2 flush draws, a super connected board, and the ace, which of course he does not block and he wants his opponent to have. I suspect a big bet is incoming. Or the opposite. Here we go. He's done this before as well with monsters. Can't say I'm a fan given the board texture, but... Oh, he has gone 30k, my apologies. Half pot, pretty standard. Is exactly a third of Wilfred's remaining stack, and he lets it go.
Fold.
Wow, what discipline. I'm not good enough to fold there. Absolutely the correct fold as well, considering what he was up against. Some advanced stuff happening here, Stephen.
Dinter.
Dinter riding his way to the top. Getting premiums, but playing them well.
I would say so, yes. 谢谢台湾的朋友啊 Dinter 是你们最后一个的代表啊 现在是很多的 chips， 看来不错。如果你喜欢这一个的 live stream， 可以给我一个 like 吗？谢谢你啊。Just begged for a like in Mandarin. Wilfred with Ace King suited.
Why should Dinter have all the fun? Let's go. Ace King finds its way into the middle.
Oh no. Oh well. That's not bad. 2.5 big blinds. That's a lot, isn't it?
At this stage, certainly. I mean, it's basically a farm stack. So, by the way, you were mentioning Doraemon before.
Okay, yeah,
Dinter
sorry,
picked
yeah,
up another
yeah,
premium.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with this stuff as much, considering I have no children of my own, but I do believe it is exceedingly popular in India now.
Mm-hmm.
To the extent that the voice actor doing the Hindi voice for Doraemon is a bit of a celebrity in her own right.
I would say that's the, great equalizer. At the same level as Tom and Jerry, for Asian people. Like Asians in, not, East Asian people.
Yeah. Not Sans Indian.
You're kind of Asian. You're continental Asian. Is that what you? Would you be offended if I said that? Continental Asian? How else could
it's
you?
just not a term, but they just... I lived in the U.S. where really that's where I think maybe Asian to identify East Asian, as you mean.
It would be like more yellow people, right?
Or
When you say
yellow,
Asian,
which is certainly not considered appropriate anymore. But
Oi.
no, it's fine when you say it. It's not fine when I say it. But funnily enough, what I was about to say...
Am I reclaiming the...
Yeah, please do, by the way.
I'm just kidding.
No, you love this, because what I was about to say is that the way to identify the Indian subcontinent, which is what you were referring to, was just say brown people.
Which is what I say too.
Exactly, because that's what we are. Brown and proud, we used to say.
We are just different shades of brown, really, fundamentally. After going to Thailand, I turned a little bit more brown. That's how it goes. Subcontinental Asia. There you go. Adi1 Kenobi, thank you very much for that. I've just noticed something. You have dark mode on your Chrome. That's why the APT logo doesn't look... looks a bit weird.
I love dark mode.
Is there inner Sith coming through?
That's right. This is how it manifests itself. This
Darth Singal?
Actually, no, Darth Vader.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's too good.
And it came from, of course, Adi's nickname, fellow APD commentator in the chat right now, was Adi1 Kenobi. I thought that Darth Vader would be the right
Darth Vader.
corollary. Here we go. FFAM's found the king. Gets it in, and ace-9 now on the button.
Ooh, quite difficult actually. With the chip leader sitting at the big blind, you can't be too out of line.
Yeah, but Hanparam has just been on point. I think he knows what he has to do here. Can call with the intention of folding to a jam. Could mini isolate with the intention
I was
of
going to say
folding to a jam as well.
committed isolation might be. Nope, just flatting. The problem with flatting is you're inviting the big blind to call as well.
Yeah, a click raise wouldn't. I wouldn't have minded that. Tinter with the same hand.
Jam him, jam him. Whew. Way too disciplined that, didn't it? Which actually gives FFAM a lot of equity, right? 2 blocked
In
cards.
Thailand, yeah, of course.
Thailand transfer money.
Thailand, huh?
Transfer money.
Yeah. I don't know
Transferring
who transfer
money.
from who. Let's
I'm
see.
going to teach the table a new term. Chip dumping. Not transferring money.
Ah, that's what they were trying to say.
Yeah. They're trying to say chip dumping.
Ace, queen, tray should spell the end of FFAM unless he can catch runner. That's going to do it.
GG.
GG. Nice hugs all around.
There you go. Now we have 3 Hong Kongese, 1 Thai, and 1 Taiwanese. Always thought Hong Kong was good at poker.
You're biased, Stephen, but I agree.
I like that.
GG takes it well with a smile, walks away with an extra $225 to boot on top of the generous main event ticket given thanks to the Natural8 sponsorship and organization of this event. And then there were 4, and by the way, the pay jump's getting fairly spicy. I just mentioned $325 to 4th, but then $750 to 3rd, $1,200 to 2nd, and $2,500 US dollars, that is, to 1st place, plus the APT trophy.
So Jason and Wilfred are striking up a conversation. I remember before the event, I was introducing all the Hong Kong people to each other. Surprisingly, they've never crossed path with each other. Needed an old man of poker of Hong Kong to connect them together. King 4 suited from under the gun. Could raise, could fold. Happy with both. Fold is fine. Jason cannot give up Queen 8 off from the button, but he needs to be a little bit aware that he only has 14 big blinds. And Wilfred got a walk. He's quite happy. May I tell you that there are 4,000 viewers watching the Cantonese stream right now. 4.5, 4,500.
That is amazing. No
Star
doubt.
power.
Star power. So, is there a poll who they're supporting, or can you tell by the comments?
Jason. Jason has 1 million subscribers, right? So, and it's not being streamed on his channel. So they've all come to the Natural8 Hong Kong channel. Quite incredible. Well, I know they're not listening in, but I am extremely proud of my team in Hong Kong. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank them for looking after the stream in my absence. Probably being less annoying than me and driving viewers away. Hence the amazing viewership.
Well, mad props to them.
Wolver's jamming from the small blind with ace queen off, a 3-bet jam. Should take it down, should do the job. I have a Star Wars name now, by the way.
Courtesy of Adiwan.
Leando. Doesn't even work. Try harder.
Well, he meant Liando. Stephen Liando.
I'd rather be Princess Leia. I'm metrosexual enough to take that, no problem. We are slowly approaching the 2-hour mark, and I believe, judging from the information I was given, we are going to play 3 more hands before the table will break for a break. Ace Queen suited, jamming from small blind, BVB.
I like the balance, by the way. He's jamming into 12 big blinds effective with the monster. Not tempted to trap, limp, open. So what I mean is he's going to be jamming much weaker hands, as we saw him do. So when you do have a monster, you have to jam it as well. Otherwise, you're very exploitable or predictable. Great stuff. I've been very impressed with Han Pram's play. Can hardly spot a misstep.
I agree. Sorry, I kept nodding, and the viewers can't see it. I do agree. I forgot I'm doing a radio show.
This is just our weekly poker podcast, let's face it.
It's a long week. No, I call this poker radio, actually. You know. You can actually listen to us without watching the action.
Stephen,
and you will
I have a question from
80% of what's going on.
I have a question from anybody below the age of 25.
What is a radio?
What's radio?
Well, I could recommend a song to you by an old band called Queen, Radio Gaga. It's a rocking song.
Love that song. But YouTube killed the radio star. Don't forget, here we are.
If you want to go a little bit more obscure and arty, REM has a song called Radio Free Europe.
By the way, ace 10-7 on the flop. Tinter has whiffed something for once. Han doesn't have much, but he certainly has not hesitated to continuation bet thus far, especially on ace high boards. Fires away. 1.5 BB. Good enough to get the job done.
It's a good c-bet.
Micro sizing.
Indeed. Have you seen Train Spotting, the film?
I have, and weirdly recently, actually, for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, it was sort of before my time, so I just never caught up with it in college.
Train Spotting 2?
I did watch that as well.
There was a scene where the boys, who were middle-aged by then, went into a club and they were blasting out Radio Gaga.
Ah.
And then I literally cried because I've been there.
Really?
Like that feeling.
I can only imagine.
Listening to a song that you're very familiar with, but kind of remixed in a club settings with all these very young and beautiful people with a great future, and then you kind of look at yourself and you go, what have I done to myself, to my life?
I know what you mean.
Woo!
It's tough.
I'm tearing up here.
Music uniquely does that, I feel. Especially in your era, if I could say so, where it was a very, very dominant medium along with your youth, I'm sure. I think video, YouTube in particular, had just kicked off by the time I was in college, so once in a while a viral video makes me feel like that as well. It's the same level of nostalgia. But yeah, I feel the same way about a lot of music.
So perhaps for a younger generation it'll be a meme, maybe?
Maybe one day. By the way, the players seem ready for a break. They just need to hang on tight. The clock is about 4 minutes away from a break. It's going to be a quick one, about 15 minutes or so. But I'm fairly certain, given the structure, not to mention the pace of play that these guys like to go with, that in the next session we will be crowning a champion. So you certainly do not want to go anywhere. To all the thousands of you in the Cantonese stream, to the extent you can get this message somehow, hang tight. And to all of you joining us here, of course, we appreciate it. You have brought us over the 9.4 thousand subscriber mark, which is very appreciated. To the 230 odd watching. In case you haven't subscribed, I'd be grateful if you could help us reach 10,000 by the end of this festival.
King 9 Queen. Dinter could be losing a few chips here. A top pair versus a bottom 2. My suggestion here is not to raise. Could actually just flat call that. Here it is. Turns another queen. Perfect
Just
card.
a boat.
So 2 kings will save Dintin from losing this pot. Checks again. Checking behind. Perfect. Really thought there was a king coming. Not to be. Han Fram is the winner of this pot with a full house. Ooh, is he going to bet big or what? But then there's not really a busted draw anywhere.
45.
So he doesn't. He can just do small. Yeah, that's quite good actually. 6 big blinds. Well, 5 and a bit big blinds.
Could be targeting a king precisely. Just
It's a good bet.
knowing that top
You're
pair.
absolutely right, by the way.
Top
he
pair
knows
is
what he's
just
doing.
Top pair is just unlikely to fold. I like that Dinter is thinking about it. Can certainly reluctantly toss in a chip. If he so chooses, nobody would blame him, but seems to know it's unlikely to be ahead. Also, when you're calling for a chop, severely reduces the equity math you should be doing. Hands such as King 10 and King Jack beat him. That's a big issue here. Does block the king, but of course that's exactly how the hand would go in case hand had one of those.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because even though they know that they don't need to throw the time bank out, you know, the time banks will be collected according to how much time you've used. I've not actually seen anyone not throwing out a time bank.
Interesting. Why do you think
Have
that
you,
is?
have you?
Maybe if they forget. Yeah, he does make the call, by the way.
Ooh, wow, that's a bit loose.
I don't blame him. Top pair is top pair. I respect how much he thought about it, clearly. A tough decision.
Well, I'll ask you again after the break, but before we go away, I'm just going to quickly recap. This is the Natural8 Influencer Invitational final table. We're down to 4 players. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, 4 players will battle out for a top prize of $2,500 and that beautiful APT trophy. Stay tuned. Be back soon.
Yellow chip, right?
So
Just put it there, right? Okay, fine.
Online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments, featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Good luck, my brother. Okay.
我幫唔到手啦啊！
I cannot cheer you, my friend.
I have an ace.
Okay. Let's take a king right here for my friend,
10
okay?
對傾側啊喂
And another
嗱，
king a 7 for my
10
brother,
對傾側
okay?
好啊，唔該好唔該好。Come on，
Let's go. King.
冇傾冇七，冇傾冇七，冇傾冇七，我個人唔係咁黑底
Then
嘅，
a king.
我個人唔係咁黑底嘅。
King. Seven. Let's take a 7.
哇，咁咪停咗。
頂住啊！停足。OK，頂住啊！
Cannot 7
頂住啊！
now. Only king. Only
頂住啊！
Two out. King.
Wow. 我未死晒，我就。
想唔想？
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 哎呀！
想唔想先？
我唔想包斷住喎，我唔想包斷住喎。嗯？36。啊 call。
又係。哇！真係
都唔輪到我 call。不用算了。
還算。他是不是很準？
有呢隻。
多謝你啊，喂大佬，好啊喂，please hold，
好
no check，
好
喂冇啊，冇啊，冇咪十張你冇。OK， one more，
你出小的，小小。
哦 OK，哎呀，高佬啫！哇！我突然之間個聲大咗。
干嘛？射横盖，现在要跑了。
教有啲嘢啊！
可能会啊，因为他们两个太强，有潜，考虑潜的是横盖，考虑潜的对。好，顶住，顶住
Good for you.
，Yeah，顶住
10
，No，
of spades.
deuce apart,
10 of spades will be exciting.
deuce apart, please. Oh, alright, no，
that will be exciting. That will be exciting, you know.
3、4、5、6、7。
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.
Welcome back to APT Taipei 2024. This is the Natural8 Influencers Invitational final table. We are down to the last 4 players. Let's have a look at the... Oh, okay, let's have a look at the schedule. Tomorrow we're going to have 2 Natural8 special events and the APT Thailand exclusive event. Natural8 Hong Kong at 5 p.m. and Natural8 Taiwan earlier in the day at 11:30. So I have to get up early and get into the booth.
Good thing is the streams will go on for a long time in case anybody wants to track us throughout the day. 10 p.m. is the APT Thailand event, as you just said. Let's take a look at the rest of the streaming schedule. We actually did have some questions in chat about when the main event coverage kicks off. There it is. 6th March, day after tomorrow, is day 2 of the APT main event after all the flights are complete. Should be a fun one. Action will be non-stop all the way till we close out the final table 4 days later. Here we are back to this event. 9 entries for this Influencer Invitational. 5 of them got paid. We're down to the final 4. By the way, the Hong Kong contingent is absolutely killing it.
50% chance?
50% chance for Hong Kong, and as a result, the Hong Kong streams are killing it as well. The Cantonese streams, that is. F-Farm was the one who cashed in 5th place. We did lose the streamer, but we are left with 4 superstars in their own rights, 4 at least invited influencers. Jason from Hong Kong, Dinter, who has been running hot. Han Farhan, perhaps my poker favorite on the table in terms of how he's played, and the pop sensation Wilfred also in the mix. As we cut back to the table and the action, there you see it, Wilfred in seat 1, Han from Thailand, seat 3 I believe technically on that table, basically on the left of Wilfred in position, followed by Jason, and lastly Dinter in seat 4 I suppose you'd say, or seat 8 on the table.
You know, oftentimes when on a streaming table after the break, there'll be a player or 2 coming back late, you know, feeling, you know, maybe taking a slightly longer toilet break or something like that. But no, these 4 influencers are taking this very seriously and very punctual.
In it to win it. Let's go. There's $2,500 USD, that is, to win up top for this Influencer Invitational. 2nd place good only for $1,200, so huge pay jumps. $750 for 3rd, and all of them have locked up $325 already. Let's not forget, all 9 invited players given a main event ticket by Natural8. We look forward to seeing them participate in the main event.
I was, during the break, I went and had a look at the rest of the Asia Poker Arena, and I saw the ladies event running hot. Still, I think they are down to 18 players. Some of my friends are still in. I'm looking forward to taking a winner's photo with, well, 2 of my friends are in. So I'm looking forward to taking a winner's photo with them.
Fantastic turnout for that one, by the way. 75 entries. A top prize of $5,654 US. Not too shabby.
Trip saver.
Trip saver. $300 buy-in, by the way.
Jason calls from the small blind with 10-jack suited. Basically pricing in Dinter to come along. Flop comes King 9-9. Both Dinter and Jason have runner possibilities, but Ace 10 way ahead right now. Check around, turns a 7, Dinter hits. It's like Tuesday comes after Monday.
Dinter hits.
Dinter hits.
He has been running pretty hard, but look at this, Jason forcing the issue with the double belly buster. Very nice semi-bluff. Gets the best hand to fold. Han should not seriously be contemplating this with just ace high. Would be an incredible call if he can find it.
Thank you.
Pretty wild jam. Got the job done.
Love to see it. Aggression, the name of the game.
So during every break, they recalibrate the system to make sure that all the chip counts and everything is correct. So I think we are seeing the correct chip count here. Han Fram leading the field with 25 big blinds. Dinter 19 big blinds. The two representatives from Hong Kong, Wilfred Lau 15 big blinds, and Jason Big J is at 12 big blinds. 咁啊，歡迎大家收睇呢一個嘅 N8網紅大賽啊！咁啊，香港嘅朋友，我哋仲有兩位香港嘅選手喺度啊，一位就係師兄劉浩龍，另一個咧就係大 J 啊，兩位都係喺佢哋嘅業界裏面咧有啲成就嘅人啊。咁啊，多謝你哋支持，希望你可以俾個 like 我啦。台湾的朋友啊，你们的 Dinter 还在，他现在是 second in chips， 这是第2名啊，可能有机会可以赢取这个比赛。And Sawadee That's all I can do, I'm afraid. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure so far working in the commentary booth with many more days to come. Once again, the main event coverage will begin on Wednesday.
For those of you joining us after the break, welcome back, firstly, or welcome to the stream. As Stephen so adeptly described, you're looking at the final 4 of the Influencers Invitational, but I do want to point out, just in case you missed the introductions of these players, who we're looking at: Wilfred, a Hong Kong singer and actor. And Stephen, I think you best described him as somebody whose songs you would have sung to at karaoke, guaranteed.
100%.
So big deal, to say the least. We do have the man from Thailand, Han Param, I believe, an entertaining streamer, part of Ace Academy. Went from a rapper to being a streamer. Has been playing poker, has shipped an event in the past, looking to grab an APT trophy while he's at it. Then we had Jason. Found a nice little jam there with Jack 10 a moment ago. Is a short stack for now. He is an extremely successful YouTuber, over 1 million followers. Slowly incorporating poker into his content. But apparently as a recreational player has been playing for almost 20 years. Is that correct, Stephen?
I know he's been playing for, what, that I'm aware of, 13 years. But perhaps he's played before that. Dinter hits, by the way.
No. Wilfred is the one who's hit, Stephen. Look at this. Flop Broadway. Dinter might be in trouble for once. King 10 just flops the Nutter Butters. And Dinter is going to understandably continuation bet. How does he minimize the damage here? Partly depends on how Wilfred approaches it. This is what he's been patiently waiting for.
I am patient and I don't flop the nuts very often.
Ah, you're just like every other poker player. Moan when you lose and forget when you win.
Oh, I don't forget. I just don't.
There it is.
Win.
This is, by the way, the key moment of the hand. Does Dinter want to go for pot control? Ace, Queen, Jack 9. A backdoor spade draw just came. Very well done. Not overplaying his hand. Managing to crucially check behind on the turn. 90k in the middle. Wilfred does have a pot-sized bet, but now that Dinter's checked behind, it seems less likely that he would have an ace, and maybe Wilfred doesn't feel comfortable going for all of it. This is one of the reasons you check behind for pot control. Keeps your range a bit wider and your opponent can't target it precisely. And there we go, Wilfred has bet 35,000. The most damage now Dinter can face in this hand. Indeed he does. Well played by both.
Flopped the straight.
So Dinter, one of the few people we hadn't had a chance to cover yet, as I summarized the various accomplishments of our participants. 952,000 subscribers on YouTube. Absolutely massive. An esports streamer, passionate about poker. Loves Tom Dwan apparently.
So Danny Tang is back.
Ten-8 suited, and is peering at how many chips Jason has.
No, I didn't say that. Lau Ka Fai is once again commenting in the chat box. A very active commenter. Thanks for coming.
Jason lets the King Jack off go. Too many bigs. And gets that one through. Maintains the chip lead. And what a swing that would have been. If you look at the stacks, not much between them.
At the bottom of his final table career, Jason was down to 5,000 in chips. 5,000.
Incredible spin up.
So Lau Ka-Fai is asking why no Wilfred Yu. I don't know who that is. I know a Winfred Yu, but please tell me who Wilfred Yu is. I'm just not that familiar with that world, I'm afraid. Eric Kwok, also one of the Roundtable Poker presenters, partner, business partner of Wilfred Lau. I think they just chose one of the two to come and represent their channel. Be too much star power if both of them were to show up. Nothing much happened in the previous hand. Remains 27 big blinds of Han Fram. Chip leading the final table. Wilfred Lau closely followed with 20 big blinds. And then Jason and Dinter are slightly in the danger zone. So even when Dinter was, way behind, he still hit.
He did hit. He is down to the shortest stack though. And you have to respect managing to lose the minimum on a cooler like that. Han was about to get frisky. King Little offsuit. Very fashionable these days to get busy with it, but opening it would be a bit too loose. He was under the gun, which four-handed, same as a cutoff. Could do with a slightly better holding though. Smartly lets it go, considering Jason had King Jack behind. And Wilfred defends with Jack 3 off. Dominated.
Flop comes, 10-9 deuce, monotone or hearts. Jason must be very happy. Or not very happy, but, happy-ish.
2 overs and a flush draw. Usually a coin flip against a naked pair. In this case, he has 93% equity. Just stays all in. I like it. Wanted to end the hand. It's a bit tricky. You're never getting called by worse, so to speak, but you do fold out a lot of equity other hands have against you, so fair play.
I don't think he'll be too sad if a 9 called him. 2 overs and probably the nut flush draw. Okay, stay disciplined. Come on. That's it. Thank you. 9-10 off. Wilfred is doing the Casino Royale stare there.
King Little again, suited this time, but this is a whole different dynamic. On the big blind facing a limp from the small. This could be the one to get aggressive with. Steal the blinds away. There's an ante in play now as well. Lots to fight for.
Once again, another disciplined fold from our friend from Hong Kong.
帮你帮我补码，帮你补血。This hand。
I noticed Jason has stopped taking footage, or maybe it's just the all-ins he's doing. I hope the moment is not getting to them. The pay jump's of course getting a bit serious, but I was enjoying the camaraderie that it was developing, keeping it light. All in, says Dinter, and hey, the mask is off. That's what Dinter looks like. And ace king for Wilfred. Once again, patience being rewarded. Throws in a chip to call. It's just a call, by the way. Heisen has not isolated. But with Jason getting jack 6 off does not matter too much.
Wow. Big hand. Ace king versus ace 10. See the flop. Wow. Never easy.
Maximum drama. You'd love to see it. Bernard and Danny watching along.
Hands at the 7.
Opportunities. An 8, a 9. Chop. 10 or jack. A 6 included.
Wow. Straight. Dinter hits.
Dinter does hit. And what a display of sportsmanship, Wilfred. Shaking hands after getting the bad beat. Did he realize he lost, or?
No, he knew he was just being courteous.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, he's been in the entertainment industry for long enough.
Takes it with a smile. Good stuff. And still there were 4.
Your sunglasses might be a little bit too tight there, huh? Wow. You know, how are you going to pick yourself up? You know, that's such a good spot. Ace king versus ace 10.
It's just part of the game. You just hunker down, move on to the next one.
I don't like that part of the game. Can we change the rules?
Imagine if we did have a tournament where you could just EV chop.
When? Turn or flop?
Anytime you're all in.
Pre-flop.
All in EV chop.
Oh, so at the spot of all, at the, when you all in,
Yeah.
you chop? So if you turn all in, you chop at the turn?
You
or-
chop equity.
So at the point when you go all in.
At the
okay.
point when you go all in, you chop equity. The way they do it in some cash games sometimes online. That'd be interesting.
That would make it, in quotes, fair, no?
Well, as we say it, considering we have over 100 events in the schedule at this APT, chances are in another couple of iterations of the festival, we'll be introducing some twist.
I'm guessing you will need an equity calculator for the dealer. And both sides have to agree of those numbers,
Right.
right? Logistically, it could be difficult done live. Right? People will be arguing, saying, oh, you know, but it's 42.8%. Or something like that. You know what poker players are like.
Tedious sometimes.
diligent, I was going to say.
Same thing. Just depends on which side of the equation you're at. E7 flops best. Bets accordingly. Up to Jason whether he wants to be sticky. Dinter has not much to speak of. Fair enough, on to the next one, but the chip lead being extended slowly but surely. There we have it, 33 bigs. Quick math. 33 bigs in the stack of hand and 38 total amongst the other players. This is getting a bit one-sided, but as we've seen across many of the final tables, one all in and destinies can turn.
Unless it's a equity chop all in. You'd be so bad for TV, no?
It would be like the nerdiest form of poker ever played. But anything to mix it up, I like it. Just present it as a very unique, niche strategy format. I say we try everything once. I'll tell you what Adi...
Except opium.
Yeah, save that for last. I'll tell you what Adi wanted to do, our APT co-commentator.
What does he want to do? He wants to see blood.
He wants... he's always wanted a live PKO tournament. And we were talking about various hardware we could create to make that happen. Some sort of, you know, bounty chips that can like Legos attach on top of each other was my idea.
Why would that be difficult? PKO? It's not a problem. You can do that, no?
It's just not done live. And some argue it's literally because of the logistics of how do you actually represent how many bounties you have or how much your bounties are worth. And I just think we should build a nice little stack of bounties alongside that you have to carry along.
Because I've had a bounty, progressive bounty tournament before. You just start off with 2 bounty chips, so you lose half, right?
What about when you have 3?
Yeah, then you start with 6. You just have to do it like an even number, and then it's not undoable.
Very doable.
He took 1,000 chips.
It's not undoable. 欢迎啊，台湾的朋友。Dinter 还在，现在是第2的chips， 也有18个大盲，还有就是2位香港的朋友了 ，Jason 跟 Wilfred， 还有一个泰國嘅朋友。多謝你哋收睇香港嘅朋友啊，咁啊大 J 同埋 Wilfred 咧都仲生還緊啊，咁啊而家仲有4位朋友仔啦，咁啊喂，即係如果用一啲粗略嘅估計，應該有50% 嘅機會啊，一半嘅機會咧係香港人贏翻呢隻咁樣嘅，唔係圖中嘅獅子啦，不過係一隻 APT 嘅獅子啊。咁如果你喜歡呢一個嘅直播嘅話，請俾個 like 我哋，多謝晒啦。So something they were asking the tournament director about something. I'm not.
They're actually coloring up the chips.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought it was like are they ICM chopping or what? That'd be crazy.
There you go. Chips have been colored up. Back to the action. Garbage for Jason. Apparently garbage, although we didn't see it, for Dinter. And Wilfred takes the spot. Queen 8 suited. And Hand, for some reason, wants the count. He did call off 6-3 off. Double up Jason. I believe that was a 1 blind call off. Not too sure about once we're getting into the 3.5 blinds territory here.
Less than 5 big blinds.
It's all about the pot odds. 43k to call, 79k in the middle, but 6-4 the absolute bottom of the range.
Decided against it. BVB.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Jason picks up some risk-free chips. Always nice.
好飽啊食到，已經食到好飽啊！
Jason's saying he's been eating too many chocolate biscuits.
我輸1000啫嘛，8萬我79000。
Wilfred is saying he's only 1,000 below his starting stack.
Wow, that's actually kind of funny at this stage.
冇啊，我最少。
其實差唔多嘅，而家差唔多。
Not quite the right approach, I don't think. In tournament, oh, decision.
Surely a flip is coming here.
Dinter jamming from under the gun. Wilfred with 6 big blinds. Pocket fives.
Folding a pair with just 6 big blinds. That would take a lot of discipline. Decides against it. Did not want to take the flip. And pocket threes.
Jason will take the flip.
Well, we don't know yet.
Surely. No?
Could think the exact same thing. Wilfred just did. Nah. He's in. Flip it up.
One pair。pair 3。
Let's go. Jason will do the commentary for us. I'm quite certain.
係啊，冇傾冇錄就得啦 ，hold 住就得啦。
He's saying no king, no 6. Oh! Well, there you go. That's a 3. Dinter hits.
Celebrate too early 啊！
Never stops Dinter from hitting, even though his opponents hit harder.
Oh, and the pocket fives would have had a wheel draw.
Now he's simply taking the pay jump.
You win him.
你還有，你還有，
跑不過你。
你還有，你還有。
How great did that fold from Wilfred work out? Because Jason would not have called. Wilfred did.
Yep.
And Wilfred would have busted.
如果這個聲也退啊。
The madness of tournament or sit and go poker.
That's a giant double up. Dinter still got maybe 2 big blinds?
5 big blinds, I
5
believe.
big blinds, as many as that. Well, there you go. Not too bad.
Have more power, right? More power. Hong Kong. Yeah, Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Boom.
Oh, wait just a second. Jason was on the big blind. That means Dinter will now have to post 2 out of the remaining 5 big blinds. So just 3 left in his stack.
You come to Thailand many times? Yeah. Come to Hong Kong one time. Only one time? You like it? Yeah, yeah. The food is good, right?
The food is good. 9-7 suited, opens it up. It's hard for Jason to go 2 out of line.
It's an interesting one. There's a stack that is going to be fairly committed on the big blind. 2 out of the 5 big blinds are already in.
9-7, you get your 40%. You get your 64, surely. Nope, flip, flip. Here we go. Elimination, you think?
Well, 48% of the time. Not much to add there. It's a flip.
Chop it up.
Chop it up.
Equity chop.
Chop it up would be nice. Seems like a fair result. I don't think many chops possible now.
有啊，唔係後面有啊，有畫面啊。
9 and 7.
10 outs, still 42%. The pair outs also live.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's the end of it.
Dinter is our 4th place finisher. Congratulations.
$325 for his efforts. And ace, bit of a needle. on the river there. And everybody else now guaranteed $750. I think the reason they're celebrating and having a lot of fun, mind you, is because they're closer to that APT trophy.
They've already got a main event ticket each, so they should be happy.
But how quickly you get used to what you have, Stephen, and take it for granted. Isn't that the case?
So now they're talking whether it's possible for 2 Hong Kongese to be heads-upping this final table, this event. It's possible.
Well, we just streamed the Natural8 India final table. And I'm just happy everybody's here. Unlike that one. Unfortunately, 2 of the participants could not make it.
One of the comments is saying Dinter took off his mask and his fortune changed.
Hey, that's true. Nicely spotted pattern there. We poker players know something is working. Never change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I can only think of one word association there. Underpants.
Exactly. Your first tournament ship, those are now your MTT underpants for life. Just 4 bigs for Wilfred. Again, big blind plus big blind ante, a huge burden. Blinds are up to 6K, 12K, and he lets it go. Does not want to draw, needed to just put in 1 blind, suited jack. Certainly went the more disciplined route. We'll wait for a different spot. The rich get richer.
So Danny Tang is railing and giving advice to Wilfred Lau. Yes.
You have to wait him first. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Let's continue. Sorry. It's okay. Let's continue. Let's continue.
So Jason is folded. 9-5 off. Wilfred from the small blind. Trying to flat.
我都覺得奇怪，即係不停跟住之後佢又 blind 嘅點解會？係咯，點解咧？我俾好冇人會 blind 2次，冇理由會。係咯。
I think that was possibly a small mistake with the flow because they were saying the button didn't move. So Wolf was posted twice. Okay, well, but no. Apparently it was Wilfred's memory that is faulty. Flop comes King, Deuce, 2 clubs. Jack high is good here. He didn't know that. 7-3. Bets and takes it down. Down to 3 big blinds now.
Getting pushed around a bit. Just waiting to get it in with the best of it, but frankly, he only has about an orbit to go. Needs to commit with something.
It's a small orbit.
I should say 3 hands to go, in fact, to put things into perspective.
Like the orbit of Mercury around the Sun.
Exactly.
Which is relatively small. Still quite a long orbit, really. Top of your head, would you know? 1 year in Mercury. How long's a year?
If I had to guess, like 30 days?
Oh, come on. No, more than that. The moon is about... The moon is a day. So it's a lot bigger.
36.
Going around the sun.
36.
Yeah, but it's so much closer. We'll look that up in a moment.
We will.
I'm not prop betting, that's for sure.
No. I don't know the answer.
I've just learned my lesson. I'm not saying you know the answer, but I know better than to bet against you.
But you know when I ask you a question without like suggesting
88 days apparently.
88 days, okay.
Not too shabby. Hey, look at this. 7 deuce, never lose. Getting busy. Hand is just asserting his dominance on this table. And Jason's not letting him get away with it. Seems to know he has a dominant hand here. And now 9 king 6 means Jason has a lock on the hand. If he can just hang on tight. What Hand is of course trying to do is put insane ICM pressure. We have almost a $450 pay jump. We have someone sitting on a 3 big stack. Jason just did not back down. The 3x open.
Interesting check. Would it be a check raise?
That would be pretty aggressive.
Pretty good.
An oddly tense moment at this stage of the game, considering the tiny stack that is not in the hand right now. Wilfred, of course, on 3 bigs. Was on the button, which means we'll be blinding down the very next hand. Jason goes with the middle pair. Puts in a huge bet. A third of his stack.
Next hand.
Next hand? No check raising here, huh?
Check raise there would have to mean committing all in.
Let's go.
I have something.
Yeah.
I have something.
So Wilfred is committed. Well, let's hope he's putting in 2 of his 3 bigs. He should blindly call off no matter what he has. Should be all in this very hand. Hand, the player on the screen right now, seemed to be getting away with bullying everyone until Jason decided to take a stand. Wonder if he lets it get to his head. $10-7 off. Yeah, he lets it go, knowing that it does not perform too well against a random hand, which is what the big blind is going to have. Jason, could he be contemplating a walk if your hand is horrible? Oh, look at this! Wilfred gets a walk with 7 deuce! Show the table. Great stuff. Still alive.
我仲考慮緊27有冇推埋佢？你27，我27啊！得翻少少，你啊，推埋佢啦。
我唔記得係咩，但係36咁上下啦。
嗰啲嘢啦嚇。
但係你 7 high 都勁過我，7 high 你都贏喎。我好似係36，我唔知，我望一望已經。
唔怪你咁頭痛啦。
頭痛咯。
好辛苦啊！哇！頭先已經傾到個好傷，
冇計啊，打撲界咁。
好傷個鋪。
Thank you very much. Dealer change again.
Two 8s for Jason. A tiny stack in the mix. How does he want to approach?
Commit a raise. Oh, actually no. Just open is good.
Pocket 8s. 3-handed. It's just an absolute monster. You can open and evaluate.
Ooh, that's a big raise. 3x. Whoever's jamming. Ooh, hands got king high.
He's in the big as well. 37k to call. They can do the usual soft collusion to eliminate a player if they so desire. Or you can just let Jason take a crack at it. Wilfred is in good position, by the way. Look at the equity. 37%. 1 in 3 times he'll triple up. Now gets the added juice from the blinds and has 47% equity to get to 122k. That's 10 bigs.
50-50.
Could be right back in it.
May the best guy win.
Danny is saying, may the best guy win. No help to Wilfred. Still looking for a jack or a 10. 6 outs. Turns an ace. No help. Jason saying one more.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
That's the end of his journey. Well done to Wilfred, who has come third in the Natural8 Influencers Invitational.
Good for $750, and of course the main event ticket that he was bestowed. We look forward to seeing his performance in the main event. I thought he played very well.
Yeah, okay, not bad.
400K, right?
Maybe the pocket fives.
Yeah, 400.
I
Tough
can't
to
disagree
see.
with.
I can respect the fold. You know, doesn't want to flip at
More
best.
than me. More than me. More than me.
It's actually the discipline I would respect more than spewing, even though it might be theoretically correct in the moment.
Have to change it.
I find early on in your poker career, in the case of the great Wilfred,
Okay.
he's new to poker, not new to being a superstar, that's for sure. I think the discipline goes a much longer way. Well done, sir.
Do not disagree. Well done, sir. Having a friend in Danny Tang
That certainly helps.
can hurt.
Well, how about this, Stephen? A solid 1,200 USD now to both these players, locked up, and a massive jump in this heads-up battle that is about to commence. 2,500 to the winner. Of course, the APT trophy that has just been laid out. There you see it. And so begins the limp from the button. 7-4 off. Hand not willing to have his opponent get anything for free, including his small blind. He wants to battle it out in position, and that's exactly what these two might need to do on the King Queen 10 2 clubs board. As I like to say, who wants it more? It certainly has usually been the case that the man on the screen right now from Thailand, and wants it more, and he gets it done.
So without wanting to be too repetitive, heads up. Different game altogether.
Absolutely.
Fortune changes, especially with two stacks. They're so close to each other.
We've seen some wild heads-up battles in the festival already. Thinking back to
30, 40K.
Elke battling Lester, I believe it was 6.5 to 1. He was down at some point. Just ran it up. Isaac Haxton yesterday lost a huge chip lead to Tony Lin. Ended up clawing his way back with a monster overpair versus pair and a straight draw hand. Let's see what we have in store today.
And don't forget the All-Star Challenge. Lung Lung was up against a chip lead and still came back to win.
Huge open, by the way. Jason going with the 3x sizing, King 7 suited. Han seems to want to fight back with the nut low.
But they are suited.
I have a feeling 2x open. He might just have called. But they're suited. 3x should get the job done surely against the nut low. We move on to the next one.
Good card, right? You keep it to play next hand.
Look at that. Dead even heat. These two, by the way, have been the friendliest on the table, one could argue, having been seated next to each other, sharing chocolates.
It's true.
Could be a fun battle we're signing up for here.
Okay, okay.
I believe you.
Jack 9-5. Two hearts means hand actually has plenty of outs against the king 6 off. Does have the position, does have the aggression. I doubt Jason can continue in this hand. King high often good enough in heads up, but when the board is disconnected, it's going to be tough to hang on to something like a king high on future streets. You also have reverse implied odds if you cannot improve your hand. Jason putting it together, lets it go.
Okay, so we're down to 2. Make a bold prediction. Go on.
It's got to be the man from Thailand for me. Seems to be in control. Is that what you were asking? Who's going to win?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought maybe some other wager this time. But, you know, Jason is very experienced, as you said. And I like that these two have very different playing styles. But when it comes to heads up, I'll go with aggression in terms of probability. How about yourself?
I agree with you. I think Hand is also very experienced, judging by the way he's been playing. Jason seems to have the sizing a little bit too big all the way through. Kept opening 3 eggs with his extra chocolate. So I'm on your side. I think our man from Thailand has the edge over Jason here.
You know what sizing does, though? Reduces variance.
It's true.
That's what Han wants to do. But if Jason is bumping it up and causing some variance, no telling what happens.
This hand gonna open up. King high, king 4 off.
Call.
Just flatting pre. Jason, good looking. The 1 gapper. Checks behind to realize. Flop comes ace, queen 7. King high is still good, but you know, hitting an 8 or a 10 would put Jason ahead. Hard to rep the ace with the limp. Perhaps a queen. Decides to check. Turns the deuce. Drawing pretty thin for Jason. Still the 3 8s and 3 10s. Might decide to take a stab. Still checks. The rapper might put a bet in. Nope. Still checks. Thinking king high is good for showdown. River 7. Pairs up. The king must be quite confident that he has the best hand. So if Jason bets, I think it will be a snap call from hand. Oh, how much? Meaning he wants to call.
Nice bet by Jason, though. 40k into 48. That's how you have to bluff with air on a board like this.
Wow, went for pot bet, did he?
Essentially repping a 7.
Got called. Completely. It makes complete sense that
Nice hand.
king high was good.
Nice call.
Han solves the puzzle, gets rewarded.
Good call. Oh, I'm small blind.
Respect the bluff, though. Did not want to give up the chips easily. Love the sizing. Some support for Thailand in chat. I see Thai flags. Han Param fighting. He's not fighting, he's bullying quite often, to be honest, including in the heads-up portion. They were evenly matched for a while in terms of stack size, but now a comfortable lead. Jason's on the back foot, 14 bigs left in the stack. Has just the 4 deuce. I don't know about that time bank, Jason. I think you can let this one go, but is it coming down to momentum, Steven?
I have no insightful thing to say about momentum.
He's not folded yet. I don't see why that would be unless he's not willing to be run over. Raise, he says, with the 4 high.
Momentum, then it is.
Pure momentum. So important in heads up, and bad news. A pair in Han Faram's holding. Very easy 3-bet jam here.
Flatting would be quite...
Not too often you get to 3-bet jam versus 2 unders when you have pocket 5s.
Get a fold. All right, move on. Next hand.
I know exactly what Jason is thinking. Really? I try to arrest the momentum, and you wake up with a holding? Really?
Yeah, really.
Does happen. 2.5 to 1 chip lead now. Heads-up battle has been going pretty much one way for the past few hands, but all comes down to when the chips go into the middle and the cards are face up. 2.5 to 1 chip lead is so easily surmountable. One heads-up flip. The stacks are reversed. Six-5 off. Seems to be limping these kind of holdings. Let's see if it continues. I don't think we've seen a fold by either player, actually, on the button.
No.
And we've had 4 deuce, 7-4, and so on.
And not much trashy race after a button limp either. Just very kind of conservative, see the flop kind of idea. Jason flops a queen. Pretty much flopping hands 6-5 off dead. But it is hand who's putting a bet in. Jason's super happy. Thank you very much. I have some of those chips. Turns an 8. Pairs up the 8, even. Not going to change much here.
Jason is effectively trapping. And when your opponent is super aggressive, I think it's a good idea.
River Jack. I think the Jack is not so great for Jason, actually.
Well, he just got called king high when he was bluffing. I like that he's now deciding to lead out instead of trap on the river. Make the most of a sticky opponent. Both players playing very, very well in my estimation. Really taking into account the history of the hands they've seen so far. Unfortunately, 6 high for Han this time. No value to
call
be had.
to chop.
Have you ever called to chop?
With a straight or something, yeah.
Yeah, with straights, but with
no,
air?
No, I can't do it.
Call to play high card chop?
Like ace high, maybe.
In a home game once, somebody just rattled someone's ego. And for some reason I can't explain, but you've been around poker enough to understand these kind of things happen. They're like, okay, F it, I call with 7 deuce high. And of course the other player had 7 deuce as well.
There you go. Where's my invitation?
A real holding for Jason this time. Pocket sixes.
Raise.
How much prize is being asked once again in chat? 2,500 USD to the winner. 1,200 locked up already. But look at that beautiful APT trophy right next to Jason. That's what's being played for here, along with the prize. The raise got bigger when the blinds did. 2.5x off 16K. Gets the job done. Jack 8 off, not going to defend. Once again, the gap narrows.
Mm-hmm.
Five 3 off. Once again, Hand has been limping in these situations. Personally, I'm in favor of folding them, but he's extremely good at muscling out his opponent in position. He takes it to the next level this time. A little bit of momentum going on once again, perhaps. Does not want to get punished if he limps. Decides to raise it up. Put the ball in Jason's court. $29 bigs to 15, 2-1 chip lead. One all in, and it flips precisely. So who'd have thunk it? We'd get some quality heads up at the end of the Influencer Invitational here by Natural8. Often you expect a bit of spewing from the wild cards. Maybe some pop stars being in the mix means they don't care as much about the prizes. And yet I'm always surprised. People really bring it once they get into the limelight. How's the chat feeling? Which way are we leaning? Who are the heavy favorites? Steven, maybe you can take a look at the Kanto stream as well.
Oh, they're loving Big J. They're loving Jason.
No surprise there.
Indeed.
You think
It's bad sampling.
horrible sampling. Should we check out the Thai stream? If only we could understand it.
Well, it's gonna be bad sampling, surely. I think the only fair stream would be the Taiwanese stream.
No, it's us. We're the fair stream. Chat, you're on the fair stream right now.
Since when?
Who are you supporting? Who's the odds-on favorite? And by the way, who got it right in the Guess the Winner? The form that closed at 9 p.m. local time.
Oh, yeah.
We're 2 hours since then. Chat, anybody got it right? Guess the winner? Down to the final two. I have a feeling Jason got plenty of votes. And based on the support in the chat, I bet Han did as well. Almost 1,000 people watching on Natural8 Thailand. 5,000 on Natural8 Hong Kong. Fantastic support. Love to see it. But we do appreciate all of you here in our chat. And I mean that very sincerely. Much, much gratitude. Always fun to hang out with you all. Don't forget, we have 3 of these events. These fun, sit and go-ish special tables, often final tables for an online event run by Natural8. In the case of Thailand, it's an APT Thailand exclusive. And that wraps up the fun portion. Then we get down to business. The main event coverage begins day after tomorrow. Day 2, day 3, day 4. That's the extra day, thanks to the size of the event we are expecting. Did have day 1B today. Let's take a look at those numbers, by the way, Stephen.
Go for it.
260 entries we ended up at. So we're definitely on track to meet the guarantee, but in my experience, a lot of people who don't make it in day 1 and day 1A, I should say, and day 1B, tend to be around for day 1C and D, so hopefully that only adds to the prize pool. $2 million is the guarantee. That's off a $2,200 buy-in. Absolute insane value. It's going to set all kinds of records when the final payout numbers do come out. If you're anywhere nearby, by that I mean Taipei, and anywhere nearby where you can catch a flight and get to Taipei by the day after tomorrow, I highly recommend you don't miss out.
King 7. Go on, limb jam. That's what you should do. Well, not should do, but that's what you could do. Nope, still wants to race. Takes it down. Now, to be fair, I think to all the comments in the Cantonese channel, which they can't hear right now because I'm on the other channel. Oh, thank you. Someone's come here to support me. Thank you very much. Give me a like, please. 多謝你啊，多謝你啊！你哋廣東話嗰邊5000嘅人睇，我得200人睇咋，好大鑊啊！今日，所以要過嚟俾個 like， 俾個 subscribe 啦，唔該你哋香港嘅朋友，多謝你哋啊！嗰邊係咁撐大 J 啦，應該係嘛？Okay, Jason is calling with 5-4 suited, which is a bit scary. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish here.
He's trying to hit.
Oh.
We've all been there. And
Look.
hit he does. Things are getting a bit tense. Next blind level. Decently sized jump. Take you up to the 20k mark. Stacks are getting shallow, but still plenty of play left the way these guys are going. Fighting for every pot. Not necessarily going into the jam or fold mode that one might see around the 15 big blind mark. And now the deuce actually gives hand bottom pair. Jason can try and extract some value. Any pair heads up. It's pretty good.
That's an unfortunate card for hand.
Jason just goes for it. Realizing that any hand better than a 4 would have continuation bet. All you can eat. Han might be thinking about calling this off.
150.
There are a few reasons. One, Jason's bet suggests a deuce as much as it suggests a 4. Considering he's doing this with a 4, he might do this with a deuce.
Good fold.
Yeah, Jason Han rather lets it go.
It's actually quite a lot. It's actually almost 10 big blinds.
It was an overbet as well, but when you overbet, you start looking very draw heavy as well. But a deuce is a deuce, and not good enough for Han to call it off.
Better spot will come along. Thanks for watching this Natural8 Influencers Invitational. We started off the evening with 9 players. Everyone a superstar in the media world in their own right. We're down to 2. How many subscribers for hand on YouTube, do you know?
9,440.
No, for hand, the player.
Oh, forehand. My apologies.
Sorry.
I thought you meant our own subscribers. Facebook numbers on here. Almost 10,000 on Facebook.
So we're looking at a 10,000 followers platform versus 1 million.
Good thing is, it's all equal on the poker table. And finding the right hand, get it in with. Jason seems oddly disappointed considering his holding.
It's not over yet. 10 big blinds.
Far from over. 2.5 to 1 still is the chip lead. Imagine an all-in scenario. Jason goes to 20 and Han goes to 15.
It's not easy, is it? Just you see the finishing line, and you seeing an obstacle after an obstacle. Just like, oh, I'm so there. I'm touching the trophy.
Partly the thing with heads up is when somebody does shove a short stack, most of the time you have to call it off depending on the hand you have. So there's no way to avoid the variance. You need to be all in to finish the hand, finish the tournament rather, most likely. Hey, we're back to limping 3 deuce suited, and we get rewarded for it in a very tricky way. This might just be it, by the way. Look at this holding. 3 deuce suited turns into bottom pair with a flush draw. Jason, meanwhile, with just 8 bigs, has middle pair and a great kicker. Has the backdoor flush card to boot. Money should find itself into the pot. Just depends how much. Jason begins the proceedings. 40k, 2 bigs. 138k behind.
Yeah, 130.
Quick math here. If Jason, or if Jason's bet rather, is called, 140k will be in the middle. 138k will be in Jason's stack. All in, says Han, putting that all together.
All right.
Jason surely cannot fold a draw heavy board. He has middle pair, best kicker. As I've said repeatedly, every once in a while, if you think you can beat your opponent's value range, for instance, the queen 8, the jack 8s of the world, I think you have to call it off.
There it is. Wow, Jason is not actually that favorite, despite having middle pair. This could be it.
This could be it. 44% of the times those 13 outs come in. Pair and a flush draw is just so strong, often flipping against even over pairs. The king is a fantastic card, depriving so many outs. 10 of them still left to give Han the victory here. As we see the last card, the queen is safe.
We have a new chip leader.
We do indeed, just like we said. Double up, meaning 20 big blinds for Jason and just 15 for Han. Bit of an eye roll there, I saw, by the way. Cannot say I blame Han, he just had so much of that board.
Here's a question for you. Would you take an equity chop on the turn if you were Jason? So you get 75% of the pot.
Ooh.
To be pretty much evens.
Would you believe it? I know it sounds like I have a story for everything.
Go on.
I've been in that situation for like a $30,000 heads up at the end of a tournament, where the player I was playing against refused to make a deal. And you and I have discussed this. We like deals, lower variance at that stage. I jokingly said, you want to make a deal now? Where he was drawing to essentially a 1-card flush on the turn. I had 80% equity with 2 pair. And he actually kind of said yes.
What does kind of said yes mean?
He was like, he was open to it. And I said, I would still give you a decent amount of EV for whatever equity you have in this hand. Because if I lose, I was out of the tournament. And the tournament director said, we're happy to pause the clock. We're happy to pause the cameras, rather. The clock will continue. And I was going to do it. And the guy just got way too confused. And of course hit the flush. So you clearly triggered some trauma, firstly, Stephen. And to answer your question, I probably would gladly take the equity there. Anything to just stay in the tournament.
We have a new chip leader.
All in.
Han.
Give my ship back. I want my ship back.
We have about the same. I got.
I want my chips back.
You have 40.
I have 40, yeah.
You have 30.
Only like 2 big blinds more than you.
Precisely.
5.
Yeah, only 4.
But 4 is a little
Pretty even battle. How are we feeling, chat?
like just 4 big blinds. Like
Sad to see some of you go. Right as we're on the verge of surely closing this out. Don't forget, blinds will go up shortly. Who is the favorite here? Strong holding for Han. Ace-8 off. 15 bigs. Bit of an awkward stack. With the big blind ante, should just be a jam. Should value picking up those chips before he decides to get too fancy.
all in.
Goes for it.
Ooh, king high. Bit too pretty, huh? Yeah.
Give my ship back. I want my ship back.
Go on, wrap it.
Could call.
Oh, we have a new chip leader.
Suited.
So here we go. I'm going to ask you one more time. Who do you think is going to win?
Now it's way too tough to say. I suppose I put my cards on the table when I said Han. He did happen to have the chip lead, but I was basing it on his very adept, fairly aggressive play, leading into the heads-up portion. As the blinds get lower and the stacks get more and more even, surely it's basically a flip. Very, very well-matched opponents.
Diplomatic?
Well, I've been more biased than I usually am. Just been very impressed with Han's play early on, but all credit to Jason. He has certainly hung around. Down to just 5,000 in chips, I'm just remembering again. Wilfred was the one to bring that to our attention, that number precisely.
Doubled up 4 times in a row.
Exactly. Nice little spin up as he battles for the $2,500 and the APT trophy. This is going to be a battle he likely will not win. Top trips for Hand. King 7.
The war certainly isn't over, but this battle will be chalked up in Han's favor. That was so sportscaster cliche, wasn't it?
That is what we are, aren't we, Stephen?
What, we're cliches?
Well, sportscasters to begin with. Cliches, maybe, we can avoid for now. Do you qualify poker as a sport?
Depends who I'm talking to.
I see what you mean. If you're talking to a poker player, do you qualify poker as a sport? My guess is no.
Definitely not, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I just think it's for other people to decide. But if chess is a sport, poker is a sport. Mental sports are a thing.
Mm-hmm. I call it a game. You know.
Well, esports are a sport.
Here's a cool definition for you. What? Defining a game? A voluntary attempt to overcome unnecessary obstacles. How about that?
That's the philosophy major in you coming out. That's the nihilism and existentialism.
Tell me otherwise.
I like it. I'm on board.
A voluntary attempt to overcome unnecessary obstacles. So, I think life's a game.
Life is a game. There's this funny Robin Williams summary of golf where he's describing the pointlessness of it in a Scottish accent, by the way. Very legendary stand-up comedy bit. It's just like, but then we'll put the ball in the hole. And why would we do that? Because it'll be very far. So you're describing exactly that. Unnecessary obstacles.
A voluntary attempt. Another one, though, is a good one about golf, is a frustrating way to ruin a beautiful country walk.
I guess you're not a golf player.
I played golf a little bit, when I was younger especially. But switched to tennis. I like chasing things. That evens here, equity-wise. Finally, Jason's downsizing. Opening min click now.
Nice catch. Indeed he is.
Whoa. Jason's ahead with king high. Check, check. Turn comes a deuce. Is he feeling frisky? Checks again. Judging by Jason's tendency, he's going to check his turn. Indeed he has. River. Pairs up the ace. Well, trips up the ace.
And king high is just good so often in this board that I doubt any bet from hand is getting Jason to fold. Does seem to want to do it. He's not happy checking his 10 high, but reluctantly
There
seems
you
to
go.
have done that.
King high is good. Wow, the chips are so close. 19 big blinds versus 16 big blinds. Hands ahead. So whoever, if he wins the next all-in, as it stands, he would take down.
These guys have just traded chip leads back and forth. It's been a well-fought heads-up battle, I must say. I'm not just saying it for their relative standards in the poker world, because this is the Influencers Invitational, but if I saw this level of heads-up play at even a high roller, I would have a lot of respect for it. I say this as a lover of heads-up. These guys have a keen sense of the game, and if you think about heads-up, it is such a difficult format to practice unless you're seeking it out. After all, you need to get down to 2 people in a tournament or sit and go. So I'm very impressed. Jason, of course, a long-time player, as you mentioned. Perhaps even could have taken coaching or classes to do so. And Han, I'm convinced, has had some coaching. Wait just a second, this is it.
This could be it.
A flip to decide the fortunes of both these players.
Wow.
Han is probably happy. He's only up against 10s and it's a flip. Queen jack off, never too happy when getting called.
Jason wished he had pocket jacks again. No queen, no jack, says Jason. There is no queen or jack so far. Jason will be crippling hand. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Wow. Just drills the turn and actually now is 95% to win the event. All he needs to dodge is the 2 10s.
Don't
And
forget
dodge he does.
yesterday, Mr. Haxton hit the 10 on the river.
Not to be today. Hanfaram 3, I believe, is the full moniker, is the winner.
GG. Former rapper,
Former rapper
current gamer,
and streamer.
streamer.
Okay, so there we have it. This really interesting Natural8 Influencers Invitational. The champion from Thailand. Let me try, because you guys taught me how to say it. Fat Param Sam. Oh. Sorry, once again, the winner is from Thailand. Hen Param Sam.
That's correct.
Congratulations. So, first of all, wow. Very beautiful. Wonderful trophy. I just have a few questions for you. So, okay, what does this win mean for you?
Oh, I'm enjoying this game, and I focus on this game, and everyone at the table is amazing, and I'm really happy, that I win this one. I'm really happy.
We are very glad for you. So, I've seen you playing in APT for almost a year.
Yeah, last year I come like 4 or 5 times.
That's great. So, like, I should expect to see you in more APT. How about the next one in Jeju?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Great. Okay. Once again, congratulations to Han Param Sam from Thailand, and back to the studio.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. I'm trying this again. Okay, here we go. Okay, give me 0 to 10. Okay, rate me.
Go for it.
Han Palam Sam.
Sounds great to me, and congratulations to him.
At least a 3, I would say. So,
Absolutely.
another excellent event. That was the Natural8 Influencers Invitational, won by Han Valam Sum from Thailand. Congratulations to him. He took home $2,500 plus the beautiful APT trophy and a chance to play the main event.
And a respectable $1,200 to an incredible performance by the runner-up finisher as well, Jason. Of course, showing how it's done to who is million almost, or above million YouTube subscribers. So an eclectic group is what we started with, and we got some amazing poker out of it, which makes me happy. That's just the life I live and the poker I like to see. It's been a pleasure covering today's streams with you, Stephen. The Natural8 India stream early on today, and now the Influencer Invitational. This is far from over in terms of the fun we're having. 3 streams tomorrow. Do not miss any of it. What you want to do is subscribe and hit like so that you're alerted when we're live. We'll kick off with the Taiwan stream, then the Hong Kong Natural8 events, both of them, and then the APT Thailand event as well. Any closing thoughts, Stephen?
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Let's do it. Until then, we will see you soon. Have a great night, and we will welcome you back to the stream in APT Taipei. Good night from the booth.
Welcome to Asia's largest online poker room. Our next generation poker software is now initiating. Elevate your online experience with a wide variety of poker variations to choose from. Get fully immersed with fun and social features. Level up your game with PokerCraft and Smart HUD. Unlock a wealth of rewards including cashback, bonuses, and jackpots. Join world-class poker tournaments featuring some of the world's most renowned brands and the largest guaranteed prize pools in the world. Experience the best in customer service and hassle-free transactions for a seamless online gaming experience. With online poker available on all your devices, you'll be able to play your favorite games anytime, anywhere. Sign up now and elevate your online poker experience today.